Like Obama, the fuck did he do? You see what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and then that assistant, this motherfucker was stealing clothes, stealing jewelry, getting high.
Am I talking on this side? Okay. What's going on this side? Hold on. What's going on? Let's connect that. It's not working. I don't know volume. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my sound. Okay, I temporarily got some sound. I'll fix it the way I need it when I
Well,
get off.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna
That's
tell
what I
you
thought the
that
freak off
never.
was with the
I'm gonna tell
celebrity.
you. I'm gonna tell you that was to revoke his bail. That was to hold him in jail on bail, so they can go around and threaten everybody that know him to be witnesses for him. So this is what they do. They go to a grand jury and they allege a bunch of things to be able to secure the indictments. And then the investigation begin. They go and they raid the house and they lock you up, and then they put your ass in jail, and they go to court 15 times and present all of this shit that's not true so the judge don't let you out. So we was all thinking that all the celebrities in Hollywood is just fucking and sucking going on, but you find out that this nigga, all that ain't going on. Like this nigga just doing this shit with one person, which is Cassie. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, like I'm thinking like it's just you walk into the party, motherfucker just you know, people just whipping out dicks and just fucking everywhere like a masquerade or something. That's what I'm thinking. But it's not that way, bro. It's still like it's just her dumb ass doing it. You know, I don't
Wow.
think that he was doing this shit with everybody. I just don't. I don't think Young Miami was doing. I don't think that he might have had some threesomes or some shit like that, some normal shit. But I don't think that this nigga was ordering male escorts. It would have been more than 8 people. It was 8 people in 11 years with her. So
Okay. So
it would be hundreds of.
About the
So,
Usher stuff and Justin B. What's his name?
no,
Bieber.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. It been showed no evidence of this man being gay. You know, so first we was thinking that he gay, and the tapes gonna come out of him being gay. I don't even think her saying that she took the nut and rubbed it on his nipple.
Oh, did I lose Larry?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think that's real. I don't even think that's real. I think she a liar. Pretty little liar. I don't believe that shit either. I don't believe that. He can't stand up and be like, bitch, you a goddamn lie. He can't
Uh-huh.
do that because he in court. They can't put objection, this and that. They can only, you know, and it, no, I don't know, man. This federal court is not what I thought it was to be. It's like a big circumstantial event. It's like anybody can go in there and say anything, and if you plan on not testifying in your own case, they gonna get away with it. And once the jury hear that you doing this shit you probably ain't even do, you might as well have done it. Shit, from
So,
what
do
I
you
see.
think that he will still testify? Remember, he said he's going to take a stand. You think he's still?
I don't know.
He said that
Me,
stand, he
I
going to
always
jail like a
believe
mug.
standing up for yourself. Like, yeah, I don't care, good or bad, going down with the ship, but I ain't gonna be sitting in no cell convicted. Damn, I should have said something. Like, no, I'm gonna say something. I'm getting up there. I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna fuck that.
So, if you
Oh,
don't think that this stuff was true about the celebrities, why, unless it's fake news, why did how they said Steve Harvey left, Jay Z, everybody went out the country.
because those people got brand deals. Them people go out the country anyway. Them people got deals. Them people are signed to white people. Jay Z ain't no boss. He ain't no boss. He got a bunch of contracts.
So you
He
don't think it
pull.
had nothing to do with the situation?
Yeah. Black people don't make anything. None of those people make anything. They work in a job that get paid a lot of money. We just equate them with being a boss because they got money, but they don't make anything. Jay Z don't make any products. He doesn't make anything. Steve Harvey don't make nothing. Somebody is paying them so somebody control them, and they have a brand, an image that they gotta protect, so people still watch them or believe in them or participate in what they doing. Man, them niggas was told to get the fuck out the country, or told to shut the fuck up. Don't mention this. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? Because people have invested in them, they have an investment in them. So they not bosses. They don't make shit. They don't even employ black people. We champion them every day. We ooh Jay Z, ooh Beyonce, ooh Steve Harvey, ooh Oprah. Man, them people do not create opportunities for black people.
Let
Walmart create opportunities for black people. Target, Sam's, Amazon, they create opportunities for black people.
What do you think the purpose of? I can't remember who had testified to, but when they brought up the Obama pill, what do you think the reason
Uh,
for that was to make it like?
well, yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna say it mean that, but he bought it up. But I mean, that's something you gotta ask the crack dealer. I never seen the government knowingly know that it's a guy named One Stop and everybody got his telephone number and he ain't indicted.
Uh
Like
huh.
that's the feds, that's their number one go to. So it's just drug dealer in One Stop that just got all these pills and she just going around here selling this shit, dealing with everybody and he's still doing it and the feds know about it. That's crazy.
Right.
That's wild. But Diddy didn't make the pills. If he asked for some ecstasy and the pills came looking like Obama, the fuck did he do? You see what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and then that assistant, this motherfucker was stealing clothes, stealing jewelry, getting high, smacking bitches, everything. Lying. Man, this shit crazy. I don't know. Diddy could have handled his females better, his household better, but you know, shit.
Mm. So you still driving? You say?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm still
Ain't it
driving.
time for you to take your 10 hour break?
Probably here in about 4 or 5 hours.
Oh wow! Oh, I don't know how y'all do it. I had a friend that used to drive from Kansas to Pennsylvania, and I'm like, they would
Oh,
stay
that's a
over for
horrible drive. That's
6 hours,
70.
and do their stops. I could not drive that long. Oh lordy,
Well, man, just trying to. I ain't been home in 4 months.
oh
So,
my God, are you serious?
yep, 4 months.
Oh,
4 months. 4 months last Friday. So, I'll be going home in 2 weeks. So,
I know your wife cannot wait to get you home.
well, her father had brain surgery, so we both was in Chicago here like 2 weeks ago. But yeah, we moving. I don't know where
Oh,
we going. I ain't gonna say where we going, but
right,
we
right.
moving off. Yeah, we moving off the West Coast.
Oh,
You know.
well, I'm happy for you if that's what your goals were,
Oh
and I
yeah,
wish you the best.
everything happening. Everything is happening. Everything.
Man, I know that's right.
Everything. Yeah. Yeah.
I know that's right.
Yeah, man. But man, Diddy, I don't want to see that, man. I look at them kids. I know people and people mad at me that I ain't taking the position of he's guilty. He's a monster. He should go to jail forever. I'm like, man, y'all don't see these girls graduate from high school. Okay, he made a mistake. Okay, he made several mistakes. This and that, but he ain't killed no motherfucking body.
Right.
Like he ain't killed nobody. The motherfucker got $30 million. Like man, this nigga got sons, granddaughters, girls graduating high school. Y'all putting the man sexual bedroom business all over the fucking news.
Yeah,
I
because when
don't
it
know,
comes to
man.
these charges, like I said, the case is still going on, so I can't say what's going to happen. But the only thing that if they had charged him, yeah, he needs to go to jail for that tape. I'm sorry, even though I understand, it, you know, you make mistakes.
He can't go to jail for it. The statute of limitations is out. That's why
I know
California couldn't
that's what
even
I'm saying.
arrest
That's
him
one
for
thing
it.
I would like to see him go to jail for if it was possible.
But yeah, but this shit, the man ain't got no kids in this case. It ain't it's a grown ass motherfucking woman. This word control, they done took this word control to a whole nother motherfucking level.
Right.
It's to a whole nother level, this word control. So basically you can do anything you want to do in a relationship now. And then the police like, yeah, he was controlling me. He made me do this and that, yada yada yada. I live with a black woman. I can't make this motherfucker do nothing. I can suggest it. I can offer it. I can, but I can't make a motherfucker do nothing. Even when I had a shit ton of money, I couldn't just make a motherfucker do something. So I don't know, man. Somebody saying somebody made them do something for all them years without restraints, guns, and motherfucking, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
my
don't know.
favorite word is accountability. You got to be accountable for your own shit. Not saying that nobody ain't do nothing to you, but you got to play your part on what you've done and answer to it.
Yeah, you can go home to your mama house, date other people, fuck, but then when it come time to tell these people about a certain situation, he was controlling you. That's crazy to me. That is so fucking crazy to me. That don't scare you? That a motherfucker can cheat on you, fuck, get high, travel, go home, do a freak off, fuck, travel, cheat, go home, and then show up 10 years later. When
Right?
and if the feds found out about it, was like, yeah, everything I did is this nigga fault.
Right.
Everything I did was his fault. He was controlling me. And they lock your ass up and be talking about life. Man, that is fucking crazy to me. Yeah, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. And you talking about somebody that's got $1 billion, and you talking about the federal government is after them, and they seriously is talking about locking your ass up for life over kicking a motherfucker ass. Shit, all that shit she was doing, cheating, fucking all my friends, ain't that usually what get your ass kicked by
Oh,
niggas?
yeah.
You can't
Shit.
tell me a woman in America that if she did that to any nigga out here, nigga be like, yo man, shit, I don't hit females, I just walk away. You let a motherfucker come through and fuck all your friends, and then you come tell me that you about to walk away. You ain't
Shit. I
gonna walk away.
argue just for saying hi to a motherfucker. And they're like, people you went to school with, people you work with. Like everybody you went to school with. I did go to school. Well, damn, this is my hometown. Like, I had to argue about saying hi to a motherfucker. Sometimes
Man,
I'm behind it.
look, the only thing Diddy got going against him is that he's raised by a woman with no man in sight in a house full of women. So he probably emotional, and he probably don't have the same amount of respect for a woman as somebody who was raised by a father would. That's the only thing. And I don't want people to get it on the impression that kicking a motherfucker ass is cool. Because it's not. It ain't never cool to put your hands on a woman. There's other ways to handle situations. But when you get to talking about drugs, motherfuckers doing shiesty ass, crazy ass shit, man, I don't know. You know? But then I can't look at her abuse because she was abused to a certain degree. I can't look at what happened to her and ignore her abuse. But I
Right.
can look at her actions. First of all, you have to establish that this little motherfucker is a liar. You see what I'm saying? When she filed that motherfucker lawsuit, she was lying like a motherfucker. So if that's a lie, if your civil lawsuit is a lie, why am I to believe the shit you coming in here testifying to is the truth?
Right.
You know? So I don't know. And if everybody in the case got immunity or a special deal, how in the hell can I trust that they telling the truth? It's people that's around here talking like, man, he did this, he a monster, he should go to jail for life, and yet the prosecution got it in the bag. I don't think so. I just don't. I think them people in that box is smarter than that. You see what I'm saying? Think
Yeah.
I think people be smarter than that. 8 guys, one of them guys gonna buck. One of them 8 jurors gonna buck. I can't see 8 men. I ain't never met 8 men that can agree on nothing. Goddamn Chicago Bulls when Jordan was there didn't agree on everything. I don't know. One of them niggas gonna
I
be like,
believe that
no,
the women's gonna be too, united in it. I don't know. Like you
man.
said, you look at her actions, the lies.
Well,
You
the women is gonna convict him. And they gonna convict him about
they
some shit that ain't. They gonna
I just
man.
take
They gonna convict him over the video, the tape. They gonna convict him over the tape. That's what I'm. That's what.
and you might be right because I like I said, if it was me, I would say I would like to think that I can erase the memory of that tape out my mind. But I have to be honest, and I probably couldn't. I probably couldn't. He must have got in a dead zone. But like I said, my life wasn't supposed to get this deep. But I'm glad that people enjoyed having their opinions out about it. Um, it got a little heated at times, but it was a good live, and I appreciate everybody that came through. I don't know if I lost you or not, Larry, but I do want to just thank everybody. I will play a song so that way if Larry didn't get lost and he's coming back.
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can.
Yeah. Oh, okay. 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 No, I'm here.
All right, go ahead. I was
No,
because
man.
I had I had a lineup and I had a reasoning of the music I was playing.
Baby.
And the last song, but I didn't get to play it like I was supposed to be playing. But this one song, because at the end I wanted like who we are. I don't know if you ever seen this video before.
Now, let
It's
me ask you. I want to ask you a question before you
yes.
go into that. I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know a lot about the Tory Lane stuff, but from what I'm hearing from my people is that he's guilty. He shot her ass. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And see, you see what I'm saying? Like in that case, from what I seen, from what I was shown, I think that he's guilty. But in the Diddy case, I think that he's not guilty. And
Right.
R. Kelly, I think he's guilty about some things and he's not guilty of others. I think it's important for people to have their own opinion about how they feel about shit. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? You can't just have a stance to where every man that come before you is guilty. You can't have a stance that fuck them bitches, all them niggas free 'em, hope bitches ain't shit. You can't have that approach either. You see what I'm saying?
Because I even had one of my friends. Well, I don't understand why you supported R. Kelly, but you're against Diddy. Like I said, the tape. Even though I know a lot of people went through the P tape and Aaliyah, but that was already squashed as far as I was concerned. My thing was when I watched that documentary, a Lifetime documentary, and I'm not saying I'm right, but I didn't feel nothing.
Well,
Like
put it like this right here. Let me explain that tape to you.
Oh, God.
That right there is foreign to some women, and it should be. You should never let a man do no shit like that to you.
mhm,
But if you know Chicago, Illinois, I don't know a woman that don't happen to her at least, and I'm talking about thousands of people.
uh-huh,
I don't know a woman that don't happen to her at least once every six
Lord.
months. Them niggas beat women. They do. I can't go and say all of them. That would be unfair. But the
right,
majority of them, they put their hands on women like they'll whoop your ass. You see what I'm saying? They will whoop your ass. So I've lived in a city where it's common for motherfucker female, man, and a woman to get to fighting. Like I got uncles. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's not foreign to me of a man doing some wild shit like stomping a woman out. Cause, part of my life I come from a place that men beat the hell out of their women. They do. You know what I mean? They get to fighting and you'll spend the whole weekend breaking some motherfuckers up. You
yeah.
will.
I think like I said, Chicago. You live there, you know how it is. But I think that's everywhere, Larry. It's just, do we turn a blind eye, or do we live in a little,
Well,
our
what
head?
you can't do is give somebody special treatment who got good hair, light skinned, high cheekbones. You see what I'm saying? You can't give that person special privilege, and the ugly girl that live down the street from you is getting her ass whooped, and she just gonna be getting her ass whooped, and don't nobody care, don't nobody give a damn. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well,
That's the part that bother me, like the selective outrage. Like you don't know motherfuckers be getting their ass whooped out here, and when this little pretty girl, she get whooped. Now her white husband is a hero and shit. Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm trying to get milk.
Yeah,
You
that's
see this shit? You
Oh,
see this shit? This is the only woman in American history that done had. It's 8 men, so she done had 8 dicks in her mouth. Fucked all these men. She done came, got pissed on, and her reputation is still intact.
right.
V-E, V.
Wait, what's going on with my internet? Oh, hold on a second.
I hear you a little bit.
Can you hear me?
A little bit. Yes, ma'am. What's happening?
Okay,
Looks like
sorry. I
a
probably need to restart my booster. Oh, nothing. I was just up. I didn't really sleep very well last night. I've been having headaches for 2 days, so I just figured while I'm trying to wait for my coffee to cool down, I will talk to you.
Yes, ma'am. What is wrong with your head, honey?
Huh?
What happened to your head?
I don't know. I had a headache all day yesterday, and I took a whole bunch of ibuprofen throughout the day, and then I woke up kind of with the same headache. It's not as bad. So, I mean, it could be a sinus. It could be maybe a sinus headache. I'm not sure. I feel like I never had a problem with allergies and stuff like that. But since I live
Uh,
here now, like some of the areas that I be walking to, like I be feeling like something in my throat. Like I'd be like, this must be what these people used
huh.
to be complaining about. Yeah.
Do you have like the ibuprofen that you get from the doctor, the 800 milligram and all of that?
No, I just had some regular over the counter.
Oh.
So, but I mean, like I say, it's a little better today. But oh no, I
You
didn't
know,
sleep well last night. My sleep has been some kind of crazy. So
Oh.
Anyway, how are you? I didn't mean to interrupt. You could keep playing. I might have had some
No,
comment, a
you
little bit of
good. You good.
commentary. I got I had hit the link to talk to Larry when he was over there with Cookie, but I think she had fell asleep. But I really wanted to tell him. Hopefully he'll hear this, and I'm quite
Bluetooth.
disappointed with this
Please.
360 that he's done with.
Bluetooth.
Acting like he doesn't understand suddenly the cycle of abuse, like. All the things that he used to use to defend the R. Kelly victims apply here, except that that we're not dealing with children now. But the same kind of defenses that he had for those girls that he used, he's now using the opposite to condemn Cassie. And I really don't get it. Now all of a sudden it's like all the things that you told us you understood about abuse and victimhood and things like that, now you don't know it. So now I'm just wondering which one is the real Larry? Like which one was true? So I don't
Mm,
know. I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. I'm so confused. Well, I really ain't thinking about it. I just like when you do the funny videos. Other than that, I could, you know, care less
Well, he's made some good
about his
jokes.
opinion.
Even on this one, he'll make some
Yeah,
good
some
jokes
good
towards the
jokes.
end.
Yeah, yeah.
But but still, I don't like to hear that much victim blaming from somebody who we went to, who was supposed to be sticking up for victims. It just, it's not good.
Yeah, it is weird. Very, very weird. I don't know, honey. I don't know. You never know with these people. I told you, it's at least two murderers out here. It's at least two. I am convinced, honey.
Is
You
that
can't tell me
including or
nothing different.
excluding Audra though?
Ooh, that's gonna be excluding Audra. I'm gonna say that's excluding Audra
Audra might
because
be a goddamn
I don't
serial
think
killer.
she
Her crazy
murdered.
ass.
But that girl said like threatening me like she comes to Jacksonville and she hangs in the hood and whatever. And I don't know these people, get mad
She
because I
said she
don't
hangs in the
hang
hood.
in
She
the.
act like she hate the people live in the hood. She's disgusted by these people in the hood. What she be
Yeah,
over there for?
honey, I don't know, girl. Listen, that girl is nuts.
As soon as
That
I went
girl
over
is
there
nuts.
and I heard Shelby talking, I just knew she was talking about Audra. Because everywhere Audra goes, she pulled the same shit on the
Yeah,
people. And and I wish he understood that women would probably be more sympathetic to the fact that, like, she done been through some things. Like, I think we would be more sympathetic, but she don't leave no room for you to have no sympathy for her because she just be crazy, accusing you of shit,
right.
saying crazy stuff about you, and then I have all the answers. I'm the one that knows all the
Yes.
information. And now that I have this information, I'm doing nothing with it. I just want to make sure that y'all know that I know it and that y'all should be talking about it. That's how she be sounding to me.
Right.
Loon Tune.
Exactly.
Wait, do
Exactly.
you hear
Looney
me?
is here.
Oh
Huh?
no.
I hear you. I hear you. She don't hear me. I hear you. What happened? V. V. Okay. Hold on. Let me take this other one down. Okay.
Hello.
All right. What about now? Yeah, I hear you
Yeah.
now.
Sorry, I had to reboot over here. No, I was saying that crazy Audra just be like, I'm just on here because I just want to let y'all know that I have all the information and I'm the only person that knows all of the information and I have the information, but I'm doing nothing with the information. I just want y'all to know that I have the information and that y'all don't and y'all are not talking about it. Like that's how she be
Right.
sounding. She's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
And
she'd be
it's
like, why is
like,
no one talking
girl,
about that? Why is no one talking about? Okay, so if they were, I mean, because
because it's
people
not
are just giving
relevant.
commentary. Our talk isn't going to change. these cases in no way. We're not even on the juror, much less like involved in the criminal justice system. There's nothing that we can do here. So we're just
Right.
talking. We're just making commentary. If we leave something out or we don't agree or we don't find that important, it don't matter because it's just talk. We're
Right.
literally just
Right.
making commentary. She be acting like
Crazy.
if you start talking about the it's gonna move something. Like we're not a movement. And I think anybody in this sector who really feels like they're still a movement, they're completely delusional because they tried being a movement and they didn't move not a thing.
Not one.
Not a thing.
Not even
They
a
didn't embarrass
pebble.
themselves. When people found out they was out there marching and flying planes around, they did embarrass themselves, but they didn't make a movement. They're not a movement. And honestly, nobody cares. Look how much coverage. Like when Keller had told me he had the first couple of days transcripts, and I was like, well, I don't think I really need to read them because there are a lot of credible news sources covering this, and they're even doing like AI readings of the transcript. I was like, I don't really need it this time. Nobody cared about R. Kelly because we already knew what he was.
Oh no.
Oh, hmm.
Oh no. Why did you say that?
Say what?
What you just said?
Which part? All of it?
No, you said about the art. You know, yeah, you must want to get chased all around.
Listen, I feel like everybody should know on both sides. Like I don't really hold that against. Well, I do judge them. Obviously, I make a lot of commentary about them supporting him, but I don't dislike most of the people because they feel like that. I actually like, for the most part, most of the people. It's just very few people I really dislike in the sector, no matter what side they're on. Now, when they get the line and making up stories, now that's a different thing because let's not get ridiculous. Now that's different. Let's not get ridiculous. We all adults. We trying to have reasonable
Okay.
interactions. Let's not get the line. Let's not do all that.
Yeah, well then you might as well stop talking to everybody, cause baby, I ain't never in my life seen a set a lie. I mean, just lie and start shit, and then when you respond, then it's a problem, and then nobody wants to really do nothing real about it, but try to send your ass to the goddamn feds and all that. I don't got time for that. Like, go ahead on with that. That's
These
just
people,
crazy. You can't even have an opinion about their opinion. Like, who does that? And then don't make commentary. Just get your ass on somewhere. Like,
well,
why are you in my life bugging me? Yeah,
because you hear.
yeah, but I'm just saying you can just not say nothing, and then I wouldn't get the you know somebody tell me, oh, you need to listen to this. You need to do a react. I mean, yeah, like I'm the reaction person around here. I am not the reaction person. I promise you, I'm not. I get
Well,
in more trouble. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like that. I got something for all of that. I ain't fighting no men, baby.
I ain't fighting nobody.
I am, but I ain't fighting no men. That's just crazy. Over no YouTube shit. Like what? Do you know how many people on YouTube talking about whatever and making documentaries and all that type of stuff? You know how many people they ain't getting all in their feelings about what a person may say about their commentary or whatever. They ain't getting on their feelings all about that.
Well,
If they
I think
disagree,
I, I feel like the other sectors understand that there's such a thing as commentary, and I think for them, when somebody is acting like other people don't have a right to like comment on stuff that's on YouTube, I feel like the person who thinks that people shouldn't say nothing about them, stands out as a weirdo because everybody else understands like we're just making commentary about whatever's going on, whatever we see, whatever we want to talk about, and that's
yeah,
that. Yeah,
like calm down.
our sector has gotten kind of weird with, I don't know,
It's
they
weird.
gotta sue each other and put each other in jail. Like that is so weird to me.
Yeah.
And it don't even be for like it don't it. So I've heard some people say the Jaguar have two open warrants. Well, that's something she did on her own. And if she have two open warrants, she have two open warrants. These people are trying to put people in jail for things that they think that the other person did to them, like wrong them, and it's just also silly and ridiculous.
Right,
I can't believe Sylvia's still going to court.
right, right. Oh, girl, over some mess. Like, what?
Hmm.
Over some lying shit. And I mean, the lie at the lies. I can't stand it. I can't stand a liar. We all tell lies, but a liar, meaning your ass done told, uh, I don't know, more than a fair share of lies. Like, damn,
Yeah.
I don't like it. Mm-mm. People want to beat you up. And what is disappointing is that there's really no men around here, no real men. You understand what I'm saying? Like all we run into is bitch ass niggas. I'm so come on. Yeah, no, and that's not how I live my life. I don't run into bitch ass niggas and fake ass bitches in my life like that. I just don't run into them. Like where they be at? The time I see that it's something off, I'm like, oh, I'm gone. Yeah, so I don't like that. I like to be like if we go live, be amongst people. I'd rather have 3 or 4 real ones than 40 damn fake ones. Like that's crazy. I don't want to do that. I don't. I don't want to do that because I like to have conversations where I can interact and trust and kind of get to know you on a more personal level, right? That's just me. That's how I like to do, right? Shit. Yeah, you been told these people something, huh? They been on call you, get made a complaint on your ass to the Better Business Bureau. Like what? All this
That's
shit.
that's really crazy to me.
Yeah,
I
they do
just
that
don't
type of
I just
shit.
don't want to. But that I can't say is just our sector because I was watching. Have you ever seen that little girl, Miss Shirley, that do the boots on the ground dance? She's real cute. She's like, excuse me, she might be like 3 or maybe 4 years old. I don't know how old she is. Maybe four, I
Uh,
think.
see.
Well, I don't even know how I uncovered this, but there were some other ladies saying that like originally it was real cute, and but now that they're just kind of sexualizing her, which I don't know. If you look at a 4-year old dancing, I don't know, but
Mm,
she was also on Jay Hud's show doing her little dance, and
okay.
so she was, I think she got real popular on TikTok. Anywho, so now that her family's put out more videos, and I guess she has a bit of a following. Some of the old nitties don't like some of the videos her family's putting out. They're saying it's too sexual. They said that like she did a video and she had on like a wig and a dress and these little heels, and it was Johnny Gill, my, and they were
Mm-mm,
saying, why would you play that song? She's just a little girl and this and that. Well, apparently I saw that anyway, people done sent CPS to this woman's house about her daughter.
mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
right, this other lady had the same problem. Sent
and
CPS
I
on
will,
her.
I do think that you sleeping. You sound sleeping.
Yeah, uh-huh. Go ahead, but I'm
Oh,
good.
yeah, I do think that. I mean, we obviously have a problem with too many children slipping through the cracks and not enough people raising flags when they have to. But I mean, you could
Right.
say that the little girls dancing, you don't like the videos or you don't like the music, but is that enough reason to send CPS to the house? Like, what you think is going on in the house? What's the
Right.
abuse?
Right. That's crazy. What
It
up,
is
Diva?
crazy.
Hey, Diva.
Hi, Diva. Listen, Diva. Let me see. Let me open my comments. Listen, I heard you was getting sued, boo. I was gonna raise a GoFundMe for you for your legal fees because, uh,
I tried to get off there.
Debo said he's suing you. So I don't want you to get sued. Yeah,
I tried. You
we
been
have been.
asking too. I tried. I said, not Diva. Come on, Diva. Come on now. Come on.
And Diva, and honestly, if I mean, I guess if you hate Diva because you don't like her opinions on R. Kelly, what I'm about to say won't matter. But Diva like one of the most sensitive people in the sector. Like she's and I mean that in a good way. Like she actually has real feelings, and so like when they, like when they hate Diva, it's just kind of like, really, Diva?
Yeah, I was like, come on, Diva, not Diva. Come on now.
Diva, women.
That
Well,
didn't work.
we were talking. I mean, obviously, I think everybody's talking about Diddy, but Angie was playing a video that was on Cookies Live where they were going back and forth on the case. And I love you too, Diva. Um, Larry is doing some epic victim blaming. I'm sure you've heard. So she was just playing all the video. It was Levi, Larry, Carla was on there, Audra was on there. So yeah, we was just listening to that. You can play the rest of it, Angie, if you want.
Okay,
I'll
yes,
butt
just a
in.
little bit.
Yeah, I'll
Yes,
butt in if I have something to say.
yes, ma'am.
She is the nastiest woman that's not a porn star I've ever came across. Nasty. On top of that, she fucking like 6 other men in this case. This just this case that we know about, and she still have not been called a whore. And
Right.
when you call her, and when you call out her name, that's why I do it so much. It almost offends people. They offended by it. Like, why are you calling her that? Like, I'm just telling you, man. Pretty face. I'm gonna do a live on it, like a pretty face. Like, how much shit could a bitch really get away with if she was just fine as hell? I can't imagine what these motherfuckers get through. And this girl didn't have a job since she was 19 years old. I think she got what, 2 songs that's worth listening to in 20, damn near 15 years. And she living in
Yeah, yeah.
Manhattan. Can't no
Uh-huh.
ugly motherfucker pull that off. When Erica Badu, man, listen, I ain't gonna say Erica Badu when them motherfucking dark skinned motherfuckers don't put no song out, their ass be back in the hood. Quick.
Miss Badu is fine as hell. I don't
This
even understand
motherfucker been
bringing her
living in
name up.
Manhattan since she was 19,
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Oh,
all the way
Hold
to
on,
a
Erica.
billionaire.
Hold on.
Woo!
Let me stop this real quick.
Ketamine, fucking everything.
What you
yeah,
said?
it's
You
some.
said Erica Badu?
Yes, like what are you talking about? Don't bring up Erica like she get in the ugly or not looking good conversation. Are you crazy?
Mm, yeah, she's nice. She look okay. She look okay.
She's very, to me, she's gorgeous because she looks very. She has an unusual look about herself. Her eyes are pretty. Her body is bomb as hell. Like she don't belong in the conversation with people that's ugly and they got to make sure they always working. Even though she did say she's always working, but she said that's because she take care of her whole family.
Yeah, she that movie she was in with Taraji Henson. With Taraji Henson was hearing something. Well, and I usually don't watch those type of movies where like I don't know. It's I don't know if it's called you would call it satire, but Taraji Henson was acting like she could hear something, but you can't. Like she can hear what the other person is saying. That's what it was. And it was funny. I usually don't watch movies like that, but that movie was funny. Oh, it's one coming. Um, that's by Tyler Perry. I know. But it's starring Taraji Henson in June. We got to put that on the book and watch
I
that.
will watch it. I'll hate watch it the way I hate watch all the Tyler stuff. That's the thing.
Right,
Which,
right. That's what I said. But because if this looks like a I don't know. I just want him to
but
realize
we've
that
seen
other
that
people are right.
storyline. Have you not seen John Q with
Yeah,
Denzel?
that's it's like that. That's you
So
seen
we
the
don't
trailer
need
for
that story again.
it? Girl, let's see how he does it.
Well, we know what Tyler does. What do you mean how he does it? We know what he does. Shit. Denzel
Hey,
will be at home like, look at
it,
this shit.
in the middle of something, it got some kind of message or something about I don't know, like some kind of message that Oprah would only say or something like what the hell?
Tyler writes the scripts with his characters are what he
Oprah in
thinks
mind.
people should be. So like how he think women are. but you should just get a woman who can write for how we really know women are. Like that
Mm-mm.
whole on that Netflix show, what is it called? Beauty in Black. That
I
whole
haven't
strip
watched
club
it.
thing is a debacle. Why he couldn't go to a real strip club? Like why he couldn't get some real like I've been to a few strip clubs. I ain't never seen men dancing on one side, women dancing on the other side, and the parking lot just used as a I don't even know what to call it. Like I mean, you it's supposed to be, I guess, where you could pay to have sex. So, but you
Mm-mm.
don't have. You never.
Mm-mm.
So it goes from being indoors where there's like a strip club on one side, males on one side, women on the other side, and then like I guess if you want to pay for extra services, you go outside. But here, there's no warning, so somebody just walks outside to the back parking lot, and you see legs and shit sticking out of car windows, and people bent over in the back seat of car, like just crazy town, and
What?
I'm like Tyler, who?
Is it supposed to be funny or drama or?
This is a drama. This is serious.
Oh no.
Like
Oh,
I've been thinking to myself, Tyler, where you got that idea from? Who told you that? That's I mean, listen, crazy town.
he'd be keeping like the black networks. He'd be keeping those networks afloat with some of those, Oval and what else did
Yeah,
he write? Stuff like that. I ain't
yeah.
never watched it. I don't fool up with his stuff.
I think Keller told me which one of his shows did he tell me he watched. It was either the Haves or Have Nots he said he liked, or uh Saints and Sinners, one of the two. And I got him confused because I saw an interview the other day and somebody mentioned Saints and Sinners and I didn't know what that was and I went to Google. I said, oh shit, this is a Tyler Perry show. No wonder I never heard of
He
it.
does Saints and Sinners too. Damn, how many shows he got in rotation? My gosh.
And he say I mean, he writing all of them scripts out, but that's why the quality is so poor. So when other people are taking a year and years and things to write and to produce and you know what I'm saying to make stuff, he be shooting them movies like in 1 week. And and
Mm-mm.
and And here's the thing, I actually really like Tyler Perry. I like what he is as a businessman, as a black man owning his own
Yeah.
studio lot. Like I love all of that about him. I love how he keeps all of these black actors who I don't really see in anything outside of his productions working. I like all of that. And Megan Good said that she got her biggest check from Tyler Perry.
So
So
did Taraji P. Henson.
and ain't that something? She's amazing. So if I guess if he skip on everything else to pay them well, I mean, I guess that's a bonus. But like, I know. Have you ever seen The Family That Prays?
I think so. I left him alone for a minute. I'm who is a muddy in there?
No, this is one of his older
Okay.
films. It stars Sanaa Lathan and uh the lady from Misery, Kathy Bates, and
Oh,
Alfred
I don't know. What's up, Lavelle? I don't
and
know.
Alfred Woodford or something like that. That's my favorite. I confuse her name. The mama from Love and Basketball, and
Yeah, Alfred. Yeah.
it's a really good movie, and that's my favorite Tyler Perry movie. And so I know he. I mean, I don't know if that's. He did say that he used to work with other writers, but it didn't mesh. Maybe that was an example of him working with other writers. I don't know, but it was a really good movie, and I know that he can do better. And if you own the lot, like
Uh,
you already got things in the bag that other people don't have. Why are you rushing through everything?
Child, it pretty much the movies have the same either outcome theme or something. What is that movie I told y'all to watch? Is it Duplicity? Was it that? It's on Netflix.
What is it
Where
called?
I think
Oh
it's called
no,
Duplicity. Where my boy
Duplicity.
Ty, yeah, where my boy
That one was
Tyler,
on Amazon.
Amazon. No, it was on Netflix.
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was on Amazon, but and see that's the thing. He
It
got
could be on
deals going.
Amazon. I got both of them.
I was
Oh,
gonna say he got deals going with both streaming network. Like he's the man.
yeah, he got a lot going on.
I just get frustrated when I be hate watching because I be like, come on now. But it be just good enough for me to not completely turn it off, but it don't be good enough for me to like be able to say, man, that was good. But here's the thing. There are people who think his scripts and his movies and shows are amazing. They don't think none of the stuff that I think about, like the dialogue being shitty and not moving the plot forward. They don't think none of that. All of that drama and extraness that don't really help the plot. They think that's great and that it's good. Like I read the comments on his stuff. His audience really finds his work amazing. So, you know,
The only ones I really watch is just the Mud Deer. And Mud Deer, because I like to laugh. Other than that, I
Madea
really
is
don't be
funny.
caring about the plot. I don't really be caring about the plot. I just be laughing at the stuff she be saying. That's
I
it.
do think Madea is funny, and I like Mr. Brown too. Actually,
Yeah, Mr. Brown. But um, I don't know that writing, and that's so crazy because Mo said the same thing. I said, Mo, it's a movie coming out. She told me, so I'm gonna try. That's crazy. All three of us, say the same thing about that. Tyler Perry. It's ridiculous. I've been left him alone. I left him alone. I didn't even see the. I just now saw the last 2 seasons or 2 seasons and a half of the Have and Have Nots because I wanted to see how Candace died. Yeah, and it kind of left a cliffhanger.
hold on. Oh,
And
I didn't
me,
know she died. Lavelle, you tired of us? Why? What you mean?
I
I'm
bet she
tired.
died, didn't she? Let
I'm
me
just
look
getting
boy.
started. We got what, 11 more hours to go.
Girl, you gonna be up by yourself. I'm gonna be asleep.
Wouldn't be the first time.
It ain't nothing new, but
Wouldn't be the first time. But yeah, I was
right.
telling that to Keller, and he's like, "Well, do you think?" He was like, "Well, do you think he knows?" And I'm like, "I don't think it matters." I was told, I'm like, if all your movies go number one, right? Your audience is gonna go see your movie. They're gonna go to church on Sunday. They're gonna catch your movie afterwards. They're gonna go to Golden
Right.
Corral, church, and to the movies. And and here's the thing, like I just said, I hate watch. I think his scripts are terrible, the dialogue is horrible, and I still watch. So why on
Yeah.
earth would he need to change his formula at this point to satisfy who?
Right. Right.
I don't think he
Right.
thinks
You
he's
right.
getting an Oscar, so I don't, he ain't working towards that.
Right. I think he just putting out content to make money. Seems like what I'm saying. That's just crazy to me. I want him
He
to.
is, but what I'm telling you is that there's a whole segment of black people who think they don't have these critiques of his work, is what I'm telling you. They don't watch. So they probably seen that sex scene that sex scene in the parking lot of the strip club, and they probably think that's
Mhm.
extra creative. I was like, oh
Oh
Lord,
wow.
Tyler,
I
really?
didn't know it was about that. I thought
Oh
it was
my
about
God.
like two black girls like in business or something like, and they be in an office. I didn't know they be in their office at the strip club. I
No,
didn't know
it is
that.
some of that. So there's a rich family and they own a beauty empire. But then there was a girl that was working at the strip club, and their lives cross. So it's a whole bunch of crazy ghetto
Thank you,
foolishness.
Lavelle.
And like they have like there's a gay son in there, and like the mama went to the house, and I don't know if it was him or the boyfriend was bent over, just booty cheeks in the air, uh, and then like when they got into it one day, like the boyfriend was leaving, and the son slaps his ass and goes, "You know you're gonna miss this ass," and I'm just like, "Oh my God, Tyler." Oh my God. Like we did you could
Oh, I misjudged that. I misjudged that. I thought it was like two because the little trailer showed a little girl in a, I think in a little suit or something. She don't look like they had nothing to do with no damn strip club.
Well, yeah, like I said, there is that one lady. She's married to the son, one of the sons, and she works in the office. And then there's another girl working in the strip club. But it's coming back for season 2, and apparently the girl from the strip club gonna be running things in the family. I don't want to ruin the story in case you decide to watch it, but it's crazy.
I that don't ruin the story for me. I like people to tell me what what the movie's about, and I still watch it. I mean, like I that don't. You know what pissed me off?
What?
Netflix had a show, it was a weekly show, and it had Gabrielle Union. She was a cop, and it was this other white lady as her partner. and maybe still on Netflix. I think it stopped right around 2023, maybe.
I remember seeing it but never watching it, and it got canceled, so I never got around to it.
Yeah, it got canceled. I'm like, what? I'm like, she has the worst luck with TV shows. She was over there, remember, on BT,
Oh
and
yeah, they did cut that
50
what to
came
what
in.
3?
Remember that show? That show was good with Suge Avery and
Yeah.
who was the Pops. That show was good.
And I actually have it on my to watch list because I've never seen all of it. But I like the comments for that is always, and my sister really liked that too.
Really,
Uh,
that show was good. 50
hmm
Cent came in, and you know how he do. I mean, those cancels are something else.
You know,
Counseling,
and
oh my God.
we don't have enough like I I I I like shows where there's something, and I'm not trying to say like I'm not. Because there's two sides to this, right? But I like shows showing black people in like positive positions,
Yeah,
and like a life that you could aspire to also want to have, or even if you don't aspire, just relate. Like, I mean, it could be something from her being professional, or it could even be like, say, um, um, fuck, um, oh, my mind just went completely blank. Issa Rae, what was her show again?
uh,
On HBO. It went 5 seasons, and
I,
it wasn't that she had a glamorous life, but it was more relatable as a young person trying to find their footing in life. Like
I never watched it.
Issa, I
Um,
love Issa. I was an Issa Rae fan
Everybody
because
loves Issa Rae. I've never watched it. I don't know anything she's done. But what is that show? What is that
did
show?
you you can watch you should watch before if you get into her, go to YouTube and watch Awkward Black Girl. She was putting out seasons of her own show that she was like, I guess, privately funding, and was putting out on YouTube before she got her uh it was called Insecure, her HBO show, before she got
Insecure,
Insecure.
right?
Yeah.
Insecure.
And she's been talented. Like, she been that girl, honestly.
And
So
I never watched P Valley. And let me tell you,
P Valley is actually good, and here's the thing. That's like
uh,
a real strip club. There ain't no craziness, no weirdness. That's a real strip club.
I think that Black and Beauty done got you scarred because you ain't no
When
crazy.
listen, when that people just walked out to the parking lot randomly, and I was like, what the hell? And you got to remember, it's a strip club for men and women, so it's all kind of prostituting going.
The hell going on?
I wasn't even ready. Like, what? Who thinks of that?
And
He
it's a
live in Atlanta.
series.
He could have went to a lot of strip clubs and got some real research. He came up with this foolishness.
That's crazy. I got to peep in on that. It's
Hey,
a
he
series,
crazy.
right? It's two series, right? I don't know the name of them, but one is starring what that girl that always look like she about to cry but never do. She go with Jonathan Majors. What's her name? And all
Megan,
the guys like Megan Good.
I
She's
love
on a
Megan.
show. Yeah, she's on a show. It's like a like I liken it
Oh,
to
Harlem,
yeah, I think that's what it is. Like a black version of what
Sex in
that
the
white
City.
show was Made in the City. Yeah, and
Sex
then
in, I'm a huge Sex in the City junkie. Have been, always been. Know all the characters, know all the
um,
lines. Those my girls.
that's crazy. That's crazy. And then on
Why? They were so freaking fabulous and so funny. And I even used to have that one ex I be talking about. Even he used to watch it with me, and he really liked it. We used to watch Sopranos. We used to watch that. He liked Oz. I never got into it, and The Wire on Sundays, and I would cook dinner. But I didn't have any friends when I was with him because he was very isolating. So those were like my girls. They were like my only friends.
oh no, ma'am. Oh Lord, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Now, and there is another show. There's
Nobody
another
can
show
isolate me no more though, so that's the upside. So yeah, it's terrible,
but
but
that's good. You learn from your mistakes.
when we supposed to,
And
I
there's
was very
another.
young. That's why I sympathize with Cassie being over there feeling stuck, and people acting like you got to literally be chained to a radiator to feel stuck. No, it's very easy for somebody to get you feeling stuck when you're
Right.
young, especially when they got all the manipulation tactics that you're not familiar with.
It's like listen, people are like that when they're older. It's I'm
And
like,
that, yeah, and that be my argument, right? If it's old bitches that can't get away from a broke man, You think that
Yeah,
you can't imagine this young girl not being able to get away from somebody who's rich and powerful and can show, even when I mean, he be beating her up, but I guess the other time he shows stuff she never seen before.
yeah,
Not many men can
right,
take you on a yacht vacation. So
right.
yeah.
The other show I was talking about, I don't know if it comes on Amazon or if it comes on Netflix, because I got channels all over the place. But
Well, you know they canceled Harlem too, right? I don't know if you know that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and
I,
for
I
no,
I just saw one episode. That's all I saw.
I've seen it. It's 3 seasons. They just wrapped it up. And the cast didn't really seem to know why it was canceled. It was just canceled, and they said they were just grateful to be able to finish out their story. But I guess they would love for it to come back or for there to be a movie. Yeah, it's over. Um,
It's crazy. No,
Remember
but
that
it's
that one
another.
show about the couple? What was it called? Was it called Love? I don't. It was what's her name? Maura Brock something. The one that did Girlfriends, and she was telling a story about her meeting her husband and them falling in love.
Oh,
I can't.
uh,
That show was really good. Even my mama loved that one. And then they canceled it after 1 season because somebody accused her husband of some SA type stuff, and so they canceled the
what?
show. Yeah, and it was really good.
Well, hold on,
Mhm.
before I lose my mind. What is this other show with Jill Scott on there? And it's like three or four friends together. It's black. It's a black show.
Is it on
It's either
Amazon?
on Amazon or Netflix. Well, it was Jill Scott. I seen like maybe 5 or 6 episodes of that.
Mm.
And I thought that was good. I like when it's some good writing. You can tell, and Tyler needs to take notes
Good.
because there are shows out here with good writing and good casting, right? Like that show, Duplicity, and some of his other shows. All of them seem those people just act like they're in a soap opera. How they
Yeah.
interact with each other, and
But
I'm
but
like,
see,
come on
that's
now.
that's his style. And the thing about it is, you're saying take note. Like I told Kelly, he's never going to take note because his numbers mean to him. He never has to take note. But a lot of his numbers, I think, is just black people, just in general, liking representation. They just want to see other black people on something. But he's really writing. I'm telling you, he's not writing for us. He's writing for the people who think that's brilliant. They like all of that nonsensical. I mean, sometimes his script just be like, hey, how you doing? I'm okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know you were gonna be here. I didn't know you were gonna be here. Like it just be so slow and
it's
so
so
drawn out. And I'm
damn,
thinking to myself, are they
yeah.
paying you by word per word, Tyler? How do you what's the point of this conversation? They gotta be paying you per word or per page. Something.
No, when the have and have nots, they all that ways they always kept saying, okay, okay, okay,
That
okay.
kind of
And I
stuff.
looked it up. Yeah, I looked it up, and people noticed it. They always say all the characters, okay, okay,
Pass me a cup.
okay,
Here's your cup.
okay,
I don't like this cup.
okay.
You could have gave me a blue cup. Well, this was the closest cup. Like, okay, fine.
I'm like, Tyler, you gonna have to do better than this. So I left him alone. I left his ass alone. I'm not going. I don't even. First of all, I've never even really watched BET. I could never tell you what channel BET was on. I never watched it. So they had got one show that I started. What was that I was watching on BET? I was a BET Plus. So I got that for just that one show. Other than that, I don't watch no goddamn BET. I mean, Tubi is free. Like, are you
Th-
serious? I
I've
mean,
never watched anything on Tubi in my life.
girl, Tubi done got better. Tubi got white people on it now. I
I
said,
don't like to get,
oh,
I don't like
they
to get
better
down
pay
in
the
the
bills
dumps. I don't like to get down in the dumps. I find that stuff to be contagious. Um, but I feel like I
now.
watched something else recently with a black cast, and it got canceled pretty quickly. I got to figure out what that is, and I'm gonna get back to you.
That is so crazy. I mean, it seemed like You know who I hate? I hate when 50 Cent is in charge of something. He had no reason to cancel Power. The first book, he had no reason to cancel Power.
I'm
But
glad he canceled it, baby. When he canceled that, I was like, thank God, I gotta get off of this roller coaster.
no,
This is a nightmare. He gets kind of Tyler Perry-ish too, but it just don't be about the same type of drama. It be some other non-realistic. I mean, it just be I don't know. Mm-mm. Like even on
that thing
BMF,
was
I was
good,
enjoying
child.
BMF. They turning into drug dealing superheroes. They having whole shootouts with the whole projects, and I mean,
I never seen a episode of when that came out. They had the actual documentary of the real people in it, and I went,
yeah.
I went with that. I've
Let me
never
tell you,
seen an
I've
episode
been
of
I've
being.
been on the forefront of getting into people's paperwork. I read the BMF paperwork when they went to jail back in 2007.
No, ma'am, I got
I
it, but
was
I haven't read it.
obsessed. Listen, during
Mm-mm,
my little party days, I listen. I could have had a time with the BMF people. they,
mm-mm.
they,
Oh no, ma'am.
they listen. They was out there having a lot of fun. Okay, and I could only have imagined to be turned up in the club with them. I could have had a time. Oh, I don't mean had a time in a sexual way. I mean like literally
I know
partying.
what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I know what
like
you mean, child. I know what you mean.
yeah, I mean, they was having lions and tigers and bears at parties. Yeah, they was
Yeah,
living.
exactly. Some of that stuff passed right through, right past your eyes, right through your communication. You be like, oh, that's what's going on. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Uh-uh.
no, no. I'm still a virgin. I am still a
Yeah,
virgin.
yeah. I don't want to be bothered with that. I'll keep people company, but I ain't doing this. This is crazy. No, I ain't interested in this. But yes, honey. Um, see, I've never seen an episode of BMF. I just,
Do you
I
watch
don't
the
know.
Raising Canaan one? Now, Raising Canaan is my favorite, and it's still really good, and they haven't ruined it. I like the cast. I think they're all beautiful and perfect, and like perfect for casting. And I actually like that one. It's not gotten ridiculous. It's still realistic, um, and I just really enjoy that one. I really do. I think that's the best of all of them. I haven't watched
I
all of
saw
them
the
though
first.
because I
I
don't.
binged. I binged the first season, and then I didn't go back. I went to Tommy. I saw Tommy. I don't know if Tommy, and I need to go finish off Tommy. That's my boy.
I never
I
even
think I'm
started Tommy.
really.
I never even
Girl, I
started it.
love Tommy. I love Tommy.
I never even
I
started watching.
love Tommy.
Lavelle, don't be judging me, okay? It came out wrong, okay? I just wanted to have a little fun, just be, I want to be if I, if if it were still those days, I want to be in the club that with the people that pass you your own bottle of champagne when you walk through the door. Yeah, I want to be with them people.
Mm-mm.
But it's probably for the best. Might have ended up at a Diddy party. Shit. Probably for the best. You never know. Look,
So,
you never know. You take one step, you probably have to take another step, and the next thing you know, you in some shit. So it's
you
probably for the
in
best.
Diddy territory, child. Let me tell you, Diddy used to have so much money and people out in the streets. It was crazy,
Now, I
crazy.
always did want to go to a Diddy party, but I'm talking about the actual party because he had a reputation. Like, all his parties were going to be good. So if you went to like All Star Weekend, you want to try to get to the Diddy party. Like, he had a
Yeah,
reputation for throwing amazing parties. And I ain't talking about none of the freak off shit. Obviously not.
yeah.
Um,
The
but yeah,
regular,
I
the
mean,
regular, the
and
regular
then
parties.
for it
Yeah,
to turn out to be all of this, I mean, and he was basically a functioning crackhead. We didn't even know.
right,
Oh
right.
my
Behind them dark
God.
shades, he was on that shit.
He was really and I mean, they said, how could R. Kelly do all of this stuff in a day? How did he do all of this in a week? Because he had real successful businesses and he was freaking off 2 and 3 days in the hotel and Cassie said it was hot and stank in there. I don't
I mean,
understand the life.
can you imagine somebody pounding you? Like who would allow another man to pound a woman? Like, what kind of shit is this?
I listen, I
You
have
have
been having
more
nightmares trying to
another
figure it out.
woman and a man.
I am
If you
having
need
nightmares trying to figure it out, and I promise you, I think he's bisexual because
he gotta be. Who puts
I, I
that semen on the nipple? That got me.
Cause I feel like he's imagining him getting done by these. I feel like he might be a bisexual, but he's very afraid of the homosexual part, and so this is because it's got to be something to this. It can, because even if he were only doing this, say once a month or every few months, like it was just a kink of his, something he liked to do and he enjoyed, I would be less judgy. But doing this crazy shit every week, and the hotels got files on you about excesses, baby oil, and rearranging the furniture. What? Uh, why they even let your black ass in there still?
Right.
Oh my God, they should have had a note on
Lavelle.
his file said no, that just say no, period, with a period.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't want your credit card. We don't want nothing. We
Your
want you
money's
out
no
of here.
good here, sir. We lose
Yeah.
money renting to you because we have to shut the room down.
Yes. Hey,
Oh my
Lavelle.
God.
Is
Auntie, I'll be
it
right back.
okay? Lavelle, is it okay to have a man in the room? Would that be normal, or would you, or does that mean you go both ways? Is it okay to have another man in the room? I'm concerned. I'm concerned with this mess. Let me finish this a little bit of this.
Thing. Even the lawyer, as soon as she got to court, they was like, "You're so pretty. You're just so pretty." Even after they had looked at the evidence, they still was calling her pretty. I was like, "This shit
Right.
is fucking crazy."
She's from Connecticut, right?
Man, hell yeah. Like, man, her mama let her go stay. That's why I was like, man, the prosecution fucked up by not arguing that mama. Like, what kind of mama is you let your daughter go stay with a 30-year-old man, get a tattoo of this nigga on her arm when she 19 years old? It's something there, bro. Parents just don't do that. And parents, goddamn, when they kids are beautiful, they be overprotective for their kids. Everybody just love a beautiful motherfucker. Your parents love you more. Your schools like you more. You know, when you're pretty, you win all the awards and
Your voice
you know
is
the
now
prom
silly.
queen and all that shit. You see
It's
what I'm saying? When you a
silly.
pretty motherfucker, when you ugly,
Oh my
man, you
God.
couldn't. You come
God.
down tell a motherfucker you got hit by a car, they won't give a fuck. This bitch is goddamn winning
He sound like he
everything.
bad.
That's what she known for. This bitch is that bitch the devil, bro. If you really think about it, she the devil. This motherfucker can get away with anything, anything.
Oh God.
Cause she pretty. She has no fucking skills towards music, dancing, no ass or nothing. She got a pretty face. And that right now is worth more than $1 billion. This nigga done put out Biggie, Craig Mack, killed Tupac. None of that shit took Diddy down.
Oh,
Motherfucking pretty face got his ass on the trial of his life.
Oh my God. I want to pee myself
fine as
now.
hell.
Tell
That's fine.
got that nigga, this nigga on trial on death row over beating this motherfucker up. How in the fuck white boys is, man, them federal agents so mad at Diddy. This big fat ugly big belly motherfucker stomping this goddamn angel. Man, them folks. What I told Levi though. Ask Levi tomorrow when you talk. If you talk to Levi, tell him when that indictment came out, when that civil suit came out. I said, man, they gonna indict him. And Levi asked me why, and I said he too ugly to be hitting on her. He too
Uh-uh.
ugly to be hitting on her. The government punish you. You hit an ugly motherfucker, you going to jail. An ugly motherfucker hit shit. Can't be
Keller
ugly and
thought
be
there was
around
gonna
here
be a Rico
bunching
too. I did not.
ain'ts.
Who?
Man,
Keller, he thought that
tell
he
you,
was gonna
man,
get a
that
Rico, but
bitch
I
got
didn't think he
privilege,
was.
bro. Any other woman that have been
Yeah.
calling her a jack leg hoe. You see how they do Sexy Red? Sexy Red talks about the
Okay,
shit that
Lavelle.
Cassie done. They call that bitch bad for the community. She a jack leg hoe. I'm talking about they treat this girl like scum of the fucking earth. You don't even have no proof that she do any of that shit.
Uh-huh.
Now this bitch is on the old talking about her legs flying her head. She just want to be uncontrollable. She want big black dicks in her mouth. Man, shit. Nope.
Mm-mm. That's
Wow.
Why are
crazy.
you talking about her like that? I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, bro. What is it gonna take? I don't know, bro. I'm just telling you, bro. I'm
Oh,
telling you. I be looking at my wife like, how much? I don't know how much shit you done got away with. What the fuck?
Mm-mm.
How much shit you done got away with? Light skin, pretty smile. No
wow.
wonder I'm around here paying all these goddamn bills. Telling you, bro. This shit be crazy. Telling you, pretty motherfucker get away with a gang of shit.
No wonder around him, man.
You think I be paying all these bills gone for 4 months for a motherfucker, a ugly motherfucker? No, I wouldn't fucking do
Yes,
it. I'd
if
be
you
like,
love
nah,
her,
you gotta
yes,
work.
you
You gotta
would.
work 2 jobs. You gotta work.
God.
Nigga been all nigga. I
Think
need
you
That's
help.
you gotta have two
when
jobs, huh?
like
Yeah. If there
junkie,
was an ugly motherfucker, nah, I need help.
bootleg.
You need 2 jobs. Your ass need to get up and find a job. Fuck all that. You need two. You ain't so I ain't gotta see you when you get. I'm just saying, bro.
Ugh.
Man,
Wow, that's cold. A
man,
lot.
I'm telling. Hey, but that's the way. Shit, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Like this shit is insane. This man
No, I
on this
was
man.
talking
I
about
listen to Armand Wiggins every day,
I was
and
just talking about
all they been talking
love
about
is
is
I
what.
don't know that show.
Oh, wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Because it's is it
Fuck
scrolling
this
on your
nigga
screen
did
too, or
to
is that
this
my
lady.
just mine?
What he
Oh
did to
yeah,
this lady.
stop, it's
He did
back.
this. He did that.
Oh
Shit
no,
that he
I
ain't
just
got nothing to do with.
my problem with
Everything
this.
that happened to her
Hold on,
life for
pause it
the
for a second,
last
Easy.
11 years,
Okay.
even her fucking other people, some kind of way, they say it's that nigga fault.
Mm-hmm.
How is it Cassie such a hoe because she had sex with all these men, but he wanted to watch her have sex with all these men. So whether it be because he liked it, whether it be he allowed it, whether he be because he was open to it, and Larry doesn't seem to understand that there are other victims, and he obviously has not been paying close attention. He just have a lot of judgment because they said in the opening statement that victim number two um had a freak off originally because she thought it would just be a one-time thing, and then it turned out to be something that he wanted all the time. So I don't understand why he doesn't understand that there are more victims and he was doing freak offs with other people. So if Cassie was just a hoe that was that was just ruining this man's life and wanting to have sex with all these men, then why was he doing the same thing with another girlfriend?
I think
So
he's ignoring the evidence. I think he's ignoring the evidence, just giving
because
his opinion.
he's too busy painting her to be a villain.
Right. And my thing is, um, I said that sometimes women turn into a hoe in pursuit of love. You know, they would like grin, do anything to do, say, thinking that they'll be a couple or whatever, and try and he been hold you out.
Yeah, well,
And, yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, well, he definitely will run all over you. But my thought on it was, she wanted his attention. Whether she wanted his attention because she wanted to get rid of Kim, or whether she just wanted his attention, she just cared about him. Whatever it is, that she could only get his attention by doing the freak offs. That was how she
right,
got his attention. So yes, there were gonna be times that she was gonna tell him, "Yes, Daddy, that's what I want to do," and it don't matter. And and because she wanted his attention. So let me give him what he likes for me so he can show me some attention.
yep,
That's not even hard to fathom as a woman.
right. Yes, I mean, so that's what I'm saying. In her pursuit of love and wanting him and wanting his attention, she became a hoe in a sense.
No, she was
And
she actually did become a hoe. I mean, that's what he wanted. That's the thing. He wanted
right,
her to be a hoe. He wanted her to be someone who for 2 days she finna have sex with a revolving door of men.
right. That is so crazy to me.
Ain't
Like,
it
why don't you just
crazy?
put on a porn? Why don't you just put on a porn? Leave that girl the hell alone.
I don't even understand.
But
And then he's sitting in
strange
there
is,
with jacking off with a hat and a bandana on. What kind of weirdo shit? Like, you are weird, dude.
and he not needed. I mean, you sitting over in the corner, you not needed in a towel. Like, anybody got time for this? I'm
Just
finna go.
awful.
Mm-hmm.
And Larry was saying that he's dated all these white women. Why these white women don't come? Maybe he didn't do that to those white women. Maybe he
Right,
was only doing it to black women or people he thought he could abuse. No, he probably knew he couldn't do this. Ask Cameron Diaz to be in no freak off. So no, he wasn't asking.
right, right.
And that's been my thing the whole time. A lot of people were like, you know, we gonna find out all the other celebrities and did it and everybody that was in on it. And I was thinking to myself, no, you're not gonna find that out because this is not the kind of stuff you let other people know. You do things in front of people you think that's gonna be okay with it. Most people are not gonna be okay with you telling them, hey man, I'm about to go make Cassie have sex with the Punisher, and we got another one, Jules, coming right after that, back to back. You want to come watch? I'm gonna be jacking off in the corner. Nobody, who was he gonna tell this to? Sorry.
You, I don't know.
And if she say no, I'm gonna put my foot all the way up her ass. Like who? This is not stuff that you share out in the open. Most people are gonna be like, "What? Now who the Punisher? You gonna be doing what with a bandana, baby oil?" That's how most of these other people was gonna be.
Now, why? I still don't understand why you needed that much baby oil.
Gotta be slippery. Gotta be wet. Gotta be glossy.
But keep in mind, you put a hand, just put a lot in your two hands. That's a lot of baby oil to go, or that'll go over your entire body.
Well, my skin, whenever I put baby oil on and try to look glistening, it just absorbs. So, I mean, it could be that Cassie might have just been absorbing it and she had to get good and anyway, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know. I've only met one other person in my life that that I think had a little obsession with people being glistened up in baby oil, and he also did cocaine. So see, I think it might be that cocaine that leads you to be wanting to have all that baby oil. Yeah.
Right, that's crazy. Or first it said it was for sexual pleasure, then it said it was putting drugs in it. I haven't seen it, heard that angle of putting drugs in it. I haven't heard that.
Well, they confirmed in court that that was just a rumor. They said something about it.
Oh, okay.
It was mentioned. I can't remember in what capacity, but yeah, I am interested to hear about this. Find out who this Jane Doe number 2 is. This victim. Some people say they think it might be 50 Cent's baby's mother. Um, I mean, I never knew. So the description was somebody who wanted to be public with him. I've never known that he was public with Daphne Joy. I only found out about him and Daphne Joy with the lawsuit, the Little Rod lawsuit. So to me, it could still be her. Um, I don't even necessarily know that number 2 is not even Gina because Gina, I mean, until she did that interview with Tasha K, nobody knew who she was. So at least I know I didn't. So I think so. When people say, "Well, Gina's not going to show up," she could be victim number 2. Then I heard somebody else reporting that some guy had did a video once saying he was on some sort of, I don't know, Timu or Zeus network show or something like that with a girl who was dating Diddy and Kevin Hart at the same time, and that she had got some flowers delivered and they were from Diddy, and so she was doing some sort of a reality show. I mean, I guess it could be her. I mean, I don't know who it's going to be, but I don't know. I kind of really think it might just be Gina or someone we've never even heard of. Hmm.
When people know that you are, where you at? Hold on. What's wrong with my computer?
And then people be acting like, oh, they ain't proved nothing yet. He gonna get off. Like they've been saying that since week 1. These people told y'all it was gonna be a 2-month trial. Did y'all think what y'all think the other weeks are for?
Right, and it's like you're not even looking at the indictment to see because you don't even understand it. It's like this crazy. Let me see what else. Oh, that's foolish.
I know he's sitting there like, what the fuck that got to do with me? I didn't even know she was fucking this nigga. Kid Cudi ugly ass. Look what she did to Kid Cudi. She done got his ugly ass to leave motherfucking California and go to New York for Christmas. He up there eating dinner. Man, Kid Cudi ain't going to no ugly motherfucker house and spend the holidays and shit. He ain't doing that. He's not
Pause it for
doing
a
that.
second. I got another
He
thing to
ain't
say.
done
I'm
it
sorry.
before.
I got one more thing to say. So,
Mm-hmm.
trying to say she just kept cheating. Can you?
Huh?
I said, trying to point out that she was just cheating on Diddy. Just imagine being a woman, a beautiful woman, right? And you're meeting all these other people and they're flirting with you. And you're thinking in your head, I wouldn't have to do freak offs with this person. I got to fight for his attention. I got to have sex with 5 people in one day to get his attention. But other people think I'm pretty and want to be nice and kind to me. So, yeah, of course, she was falling into the affection of other men because he was putting his foot in her ass and making her have sex with strangers.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say.
You don't understand aspect of it. Yeah. Because he's not a woman. He's a man. And
Yeah.
my thing is like, I, she like okay, really, truthfully, the boyfriends we know of, we don't know that she slept with Michael B. Jordan, do we?
No, we don't. And I never even knew they had a movie
Some,
together. Who knew?
yeah, me either. I didn't know.
And he's
We
something.
don't
To,
know,
and for the record, he's something to be jealous of because he's fine as hell.
right? So we don't know who she really slept with. Maybe Kid Cudi, and we know Diddy, and who
And
else?
her husband.
Her husband. We don't know her to sleep with all those people that would have been mentioned. We don't know that.
And and
And
and,
then
and and now not only did she probably want some real affection, but remember he had other women too.
thank you,
I
thank
just
you.
I don't I just don't understand. And maybe it's just men that can't really put themselves in a woman's shoe. And there's some women out there that have been saying some cruel shit about her too. So I don't know. I don't understand people who just have never lived. They can't relate to nothing. They can't even imagine. I mean, I can't imagine doing freak offs, but I can imagine being stuck in a relationship and begging for this man's attention.
Mm. Well, I can imagine. I can't imagine being in no freak off. If I got to beg for your attention, then I'm not going to be there. But you know what? I'm not a person that needs all that attention. I'm just not that type of person.
Yeah,
I
but
like
the
to
only uh,
have
I mean,
enough room. I like to have my space. I'm an only child, and that's why I like to keep it.
well, I mean, I don't know that I need all of the attention. I think I know a lot of more women who are much clingier than me and they have to just be up under a man. So I understand that
Right,
there's levels to it. But you got to realize the attention she was getting was freak offs or occasional public events. It don't sound like
right.
they did no normal shit.
Yeah, they went on vacations here and there. That's what I get out of it. They that clip, they showed with him and her on vacation having fun. I mean, she just and the thing about and this is what I don't get. This is just me. This don't have to be no one else, right? So Diddy was with I don't know who he was with, and then she was with that dude Ryan or whatever. I think Diddy was with Kim.
Mm-hmm.
So and she sit, and she I guess waited it out. I don't know how you do that. If I see, and I don't know if it's an ego thing or is it just common sense or whatever. But if I see a dude that's fooling around with another woman, I'm not interested in that dude, and I'm definitely going to sit there and wait. Wait for what? Are you crazy?
Right, but she
I'm
was very young, and this was a very famous person, and I think that women allow more allowances for people with money and that kind of prominence in the world. You're going to allow he would get more of an allowance than the person who stocked the cans at Walmart. I mean, he just is. Um,
right, but I've been young too, and my ego has my principles was always set up like that. That's just something I'm not ready. I'm not gonna do no foolishness like that. I used to get on Yvette like doing that type of shit. Like, what are we doing? What is this side chick shit? Like, what?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
work? That's just not a situation that's ideal for me. Just like with that Pap and Clarissa and Remy, that shit
Hmm.
is still. It's funny,
It's
but
messy.
yeah, it's messy as hell. We all up in their business. Jesus,
Because they keep putting us in it.
yeah.
Both of them.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, yes. And then the side chick and the side dude, they talking like stay out of it. Oh my gosh.
They
Oh my
they are
god.
messy. Need to clean up because I mean,
Yeah.
even if their relationship has never been what we thought it was, it just shouldn't be
Yeah.
this. It's just no reason to.
It shouldn't be like this. This is ridiculous.
They've been
It
together
is.
a long time.
Yes, they've been together for like a long time. She was in that jail. He was taking, and I think both of them are exaggerating the worth of each other. I mean, when I say that, it's like they're acting like they ain't about shit. Bad parents, everything under the sun. I'm like, come on now.
And if he was sleeping with somebody during the time you was in jail, you was gone for 7 years. Like, let's be realistic. Because I
Yeah,
always think like remember when what's her name from Love and Hip Hop, her husband went to jail and they were talking about can she hold him down, this and that. It's just like he going away for a long time. The best she can do is keep visiting him and sending him cards. Like, are you crazy? Y'all be wanting people to put their life on hold in ways that I always thought men never would. So just the fact that when Remy came home and they were still a unit, no matter what he was doing during that time, to me, that was a sense of loyalty because um
yeah,
men are different with sex than women. Um I don't think it's realistic to ask either person, a man or a woman, to do that for you. But the fact that he did still wait for her, I think means something. And she waited for her husband as well. But people were just already like spectating. It's just like if you really care about somebody, you don't want them to put their life on hold. Like look at Joy. Joy, I don't know where Joy is and what she's doing. I hope she in contact with her family, but he don't care about her. How long is she supposed to wait? She's supposed to wait 30 years for you?
yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's I mean
That's insane. Yeah, that's a different kind of setup right there. They're like, what kind of love? And as strange as this may be, I'm a ride or die, right? So I can see me doing that. I mean, because it don't take much to pause my life, in a manner, right? Like the dating part or whatever. If I gotta wait on you or whatever, I can do that.
how long would you wait?
It,
You talking about somebody went to jail?
well, whatever.
How
Jail.
long could you wait if they went to jail?
Out to sea. Let me see. If they went to jail, I could do about. I know I can do 5 years.
Yeah, I think I could probably do 5. I could probably do 5. But
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
just feel
probably
like
longer,
anything. I
but
feel like anything after 5, like I can still be here for you. I'll still love you. Put money on your books. I'll still come see you. Send you cards and Christmas gifts and stuff like that. Well, not gifts, but whatever I can send you. But if I meet somebody as well, that's I met somebody as well, and that'll have to be that because I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I just when people like when public figures and somebody go to jail, like the expectations they put on these people, or who gonna be out here in the streets and this and like I don't know. But then,
mm-hmm.
but there are women who are married to people who have life in prison. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And they meet
saying.
them while they're
Yeah,
there,
I
and
can
that's
do it.
crazy to me. That is crazy to me. Like that is the man is in jail for his life. One of the Menendez brothers has had 2 wives.
Yeah, I don't know
We
what's going on with that. That was crazy. When I looked up, Because I had lost track of them, right? And then when they came back on the scene with all of this, I was looking, I was like, what? Marriage? Who?
Yep, one of them married twice. I think I don't know if it's the older one or the younger one, but I mean they two murderers and they about to let them back out on the street. These double murderers, but hey.
Yeah, yeah. They still out there murder motherfucker. I don't want to do that. I don't want them. I mean, there's somebody need to keep an eye on them.
I'm
They look
saying.
like they would hit your ass in the head. Tell you, they look well. They look like they don't learn a thing or two in that jail.
No, I think they said they've been pretty good prisoners. I
Girl,
think that's
yeah,
what they
but they Sally named Bucky or Buster. Hell no, I'm scared of them. They look scary. We
I mean,
still don't know their parents
if you
for
could
real.
blow your parents' head off, both of them
Right.
together, and you that young, then yeah, you are pretty scary.
They scary, and the damn Murdoch, the attorney Murdoch, Alec,
Oh
they
yeah,
look
he done killed his
schizophrenic.
whole family.
The lady who what her name is, Chad and Laura Davia, last
Oh
and
yeah, now she extra nuts. I mean,
yeah,
she cuckoo for cocoa puffs, but
right,
all of that allowed to be happen because even though she cuckoo for cocoa puffs, she presents well.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, Audra's cuckoo for cocoa puffs, and she don't really present well to me. But I could see
uh-uh.
but it's possible that she could put on acts, and no, I don't think she can control it as well.
And then when people be talking about you so smart, you so knowledgeable, you so, and I'm looking like you so dumb. I can tell all she's doing is reading stuff and studying and retaining it. She is nutted in a fruitcake. She
People
would.
com- People confuse clear communication and
Mhm.
articulation. If what you're saying is stupid, the content is stupid. What you're saying, what's actually coming out of your mouth, is
You're
nonsensical.
stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It doesn't matter
you're stupid.
how you
Exactly.
speak. If what you're saying is stupid, then it's probably because you're stupid.
You're stupid. Yeah, like, come on now. I mean, they be like, you're so articulate. You're so educated. I'm like, huh, you so crazy. You flow. That's why. That is
Mhm.
why. Something is seriously wrong. And I just don't know, is she getting treated or what the fuck? Because, you call her crazy. She explodes, honey. She goes left, or Carla called her a bitch.
Because I mean, yeah, because Carla probably got fed up with the foolishness she was saying. When you're talking to her,
She
she
said
will accuse you of
she'll
things,
piss on
huh?
her. Carla said she'll piss on her. I said, good God. I'm like, woohoo. She said she'll piss on her. I'm like, oh. I said, oh, Jesus Christ.
I'll
What
piss
is
on
going
you.
on?
Remember the David
And
Chappelle song? I'll piss
Audrey,
on you. I'll piss on
oh yeah,
you.
and Audrey said something about, I mean, no, Carla said something about her mama too. And Audrey usually have a comeback or whatever. Audrey just was taking, honey.
I mean, listen. But see, we all need to learn from Carla. We all need to learn from Carla. Put our foot all the way down.
Girl, she put her foot, she said she gonna piss on her. She called her a bitch and she said something about her mama.
I know that's right, Carla. We all need to take cues from Carla because you that's not dealing with a normal person.
Right, right. And everybody, some people try to treat her like she is normal. And we have all the
Because that's the
indicators
polite
to
thing
say,
to do, right? That's the night. I mean, Kelly told me to be
yeah,
nice to
I
her because
tried it.
he thinks she get a crazy check. He thinks she's that level of I don't know the word, but he thinks she gets like a crazy check. And he told me, and he feel like he's like, oh, you need to be nice to her. She knows she not right in the
He tried
head.
that with me too.
Yeah, like that kind of shit.
Let me tell you, I don't know if she get a crazy tip because she don't think she's crazy. So I don't think she'll go and apply. I don't think she'll go and apply. And it's like, honey, you Tell them people all that crazy shit you be saying. Don't worry about it, baby. You get your shit quick.
We ain't even check on
You-
that attorney, make sure he's still all right.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that shit is so damn funny. That man was over. He started being smart and everything. That man was damn it over it. He wanted to quit that day. He was done. He was done. He done damn negotiated with you for you to get a misdemeanor and no jail time and going about your life. You didn't want that. You thought you could beat the system, tell all them lies. And then she gonna tell them people that they came. She went over there and told them people that they can them girls came over to her house. That you and we heard clearly on the call. She is over there at them people's house and took the shovel from the son and hit the wife in the head. From the transcript.
And then and all of her conversations go back to people in the projects, how many baby daddies people have. And here's the thing, I don't believe in babies out of wedlock myself. But guess what? I don't go around because what I want for my life or what I need and for whatever reasons I have for wanting and needing those things, that doesn't mean that I have to go around thinking everybody else has to have those same ideas about life that I have. You have a
Right.
right to choose your life or make your life, or sometimes I mean people just make poor choices or mistakes or whatever. I don't want to call nobody's child a mistake, but I'm just saying shit happens because we're all real people and real shit happens to real
Right.
people.
Real shit happens.
and and,
But
and so but she always has to like and people with with multiple baby daddies, and I think she mad at people who can just go out and get
let
pregnant
me
and don't
tell
have
you,
to
let
assault
me tell,
nobody
or
to get a
when
man's
I tell,
attention.
well, when I tell you this, you're gonna pick up the phone and dial plus one whatever to try to get somebody here quick and where she stay at. All of that about the baby daddies and having the kids outside the wedlock and all of that. That is the situation with the dude whose name the dude that she went over to the house on that was on a 911 call.
Hmm.
That is kind of the situation with the wife and all of that, about the outside babies and all of that.
Oh, so he had outside babies
Yes,
from his wife.
yeah, some stuff like that. It's some outside
um
baby shit going. Yeah, that she was telling me about before before we found out about this situation when she was on my back line crying to me, and now I'm supposed and everything under the book, and I'm like, my mouth is open. I'm like, damn.
you know
And,
what else it could be too? It could be like maybe that wife had babies with other men before she got with this man or something like that. And she probably like looks down on this woman like, how could you want her over me? And she's got multiple baby daddies.
yeah, it could be, yeah. That situation. It's some kind of it's something. I forgot exactly what the story is, but it's something surrounding it. If that ain't no Lifetime movie shit, because the people. I can see it now. The lady sitting in her bedroom looking out the window, thinking about the outside babies and all of that, and she just getting mad and looking crazy, and with two braids on her head. Try, I
I
don't
had a
seen
boyfriend
that
one
before.
time, and well, he had his oldest daughter's mom, and I guess I mean I don't know the situation, but he claimed her other daughter as his daughter as well.
Mm.
So there was those two, and then he had a second baby mama, and the second baby mama had kids. I think he was the fourth baby daddy, and I gotta tell you, I was disgusted by that. I was thinking to myself, you would lay up with somebody who didn't have kids with four baby daddies, and ain't never been with none, and none of them take care of their kids. Like what kind of ghetto contraption is
Yeah,
this? Like you found that appealing?
exactly.
And
Exactly.
I
I
was,
do the same thing. I'm like,
and
because
she and she
I
and
be
look, and
looking
she
at
didn't
you
want to
to
let
laid
go
up
of
with
him.
this.
When he met me, I think that they were like, because they were living together. She had moved out and moved to a house like down the street. She was driving around like it was real ghetto crazy shit. Because I don't think he had resolved his issues with her, and then he met me, and I think we liked each other, but he had unresolved issues. I ain't have no unresolved issues, but I
Mm,
definitely had issues. Like, and when she became a problem, I just thought to I'm not even gonna lie. I thought to myself, like, dude, you have an opportunity to clearly upgrade your life. Why the fuck would you want to be with somebody who, like, like how can you even have like like I wouldn't.
Yeah,
She clearly
I
don't
did
use
the
condoms. How
same
could
thing.
you? And I hate to be that judgmental, but I'm saying that that is how I felt. Now I know that now I just but I do will just like to say I'm not as vicious towards people's and judgmental like the way Audrey is. Audrey just goes around and attacks people who have kids. And I would never do that. But I did think that it was a poor choice for this guy that I liked. And I was even mad at myself. Like, how can you be with somebody who got kids, who just had a baby with somebody? I think the baby was like 2. Um, who has 4, and I don't even think it was that her kids had 4 fathers that bothered me. It was because he told me that none of the kids have daddies, active fathers. None of them.
Wow,
And she didn't
wow,
want to let
that's
him
some
go.
ghetto
And
shit.
she couldn't let him go. He was handsome, he was tall, he had a nice
Mm,
house, he had nice cars, he had a good job, he was responsible, he was a good father. Like of course she wasn't gonna let you go. How can she let you go? You are literally the best that she can do. The other ones ain't even around.
right. See, I look
Yeah.
at them and I be like, you have poor judgment in women. I don't want to deal with you because I don't do
Oh,
that.
that when we started having problems, in the beginning I was just when he told me that I was like, what? You the fourth one? And then he was like, yeah, but he was saying he was good to her kids because they didn't have no daddies. But when she became a problem, it's like, see, this is how this shit end up ghetto. So I feel Audra a
Yeah,
little bit,
and
but
ghetto
Audra just
shit.
go around attacking people for having kids, and like she just can't even have a conversation without saying, "How many baby daddies do you have?" Bitch,
Yeah,
I don't have any kids. How about that? Is that a good answer? I have no children. Don't try to play me like you got morals and no one else does.
yeah. Some whoever the girl that I mean, whatever the situation was, I forgot what it was. Come to find, you see the paperwork, then you listen to her story and all that. Girl, oh my God, oh my God. So that done scarred you. That don't even have nothing to do with you. I
Yeah,
really want to know.
she's super scarred. I'm still not.
Yeah, she's scarred. I really want to know, girl, did you really date the dude? What was going on? I really want to know. Or this is some dude you infatuated with? Like what's going on? Because this is crazy. That's some real lifetime movie shit. Ain't nobody got time for that. But I don't. But see, that's what I'm saying. That baby mama shit. I don't do that. I don't do that. And when
Well,
I got that walk on her,
he was a good father, and so for me, even though I mean, because it wasn't like I mean, he didn't have 4 baby mamas. I mean, I don't know where he got it out because I do feel like his judgment was a little off, but he
yeah,
he was a good father, and like I said, he also claimed his daughter's sister as his own. He was a good active father, so to me, that meant more. And as long as she wasn't a problem, she wasn't doing no foolishness. And here's the thing. I don't think that this woman was just blindly not wanting to let him go. He clearly was keeping things messy. Like he didn't he didn't make a clean cut. That was his
yeah,
responsibility to handle that. I didn't have nothing to do with that. Like you brought me into this situation. But I think as long as he was a good father and as long as there was no mess, it didn't really matter what my personal opinions were because I don't got to be with her. I don't have to deal with her either. Now, did it side eye me? Make me side eye him? Yes. But the real side eye and judgment went after she became a problem because it's like, this is why don't nobody want to deal with this type of shit.
right,
She
right.
holding
That's
on
what
to you
that's
with
what
for dear life. She willing to embarrass herself and all kinds of stuff because she cannot do better. Her other kids' fathers are nowhere around.
Yeah, and then you're gonna get that call that hey Deborah, it's Shirley. The man that you got is the man, is my man from the top of his head to the bottom of his. Anybody got time for that?
So one time we went to
Shit.
the casino. We went to the casino and I parked outside his house. He lived like on a cul-de-sac. Um, and I got in a car with him. We stopped by my mom's house on the way. He didn't get out though. She didn't. My mom never met him, and we weren't together long enough for all of that. And my previous boyfriend, my mom really really liked. And even after I got rid of him because I told her like he be lying a lot and we're not even compatible. They really liked him. They were always asking about him. Stop asking me about him. He's done. It's finished.
Yeah,
Finished.
he's
It's
out.
fine. It's done. Anywho, so anyway, we went to the casino he was gambling. I had like a ton of drinks. I think I was drinking on the way there, drinking at the casino. Came back, I was a little kind of a little exhausted because I had been drinking a lot of vodka. And we on the way there, he tells me that his uncle called him and says that this baby mama kicked the door in.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and he was basic. I was like, well, and he was like, I got to deal with this. And I was planning on just going in the house and going to sleep. But he wanted me to leave because he said that it was going to make things worse for me to be there. And I
Mm.
should have said, no, I'm not leaving. I'm not going any goddamn where. But I didn't. I was just like, whatever. And I'm riding down the street and she stops. She flags my car down. She was like, did you just leave his house? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, he needs to tell you that he's engaged. And I was just like, huh?
Huh?
So yeah, so I was going home, but then I was like, you know what? Let me just do a quick little Yui real quick. Go back and see what's going on in here. So I walked back in. Remember, I'm a little bit in a haze. Like I'm not too drunk to drive, but I'm just my mind is not clear. I'm not real quick here. And
Mm-mm.
they're arguing, and she tells me he needs to tell you that he's engaged. I was like, really? I was like, you're engaged? And she was like, mm-hmm. I was like, do you have a ring? And she was like, no, we don't have a ring, but we have a baby together. Bitch, you got babies with a lot of people. What is you talking about?
Ooh,
What are you talking about? But it
ooh.
ended up being over because I just couldn't deal with all that kind of like, I just wasn't
All
like
of that.
somebody told me, he was like, B, you're not even cut out for baby mamas. Like you not, and this person had a lot
Yeah.
of baby mamas. He had a lot. And he was like, B, you're
Yeah.
not cut out
That
for this
that
life.
right
Like
there.
this
Uh-uh.
is not for you. And other people felt so sad for me because they knew that I wasn't like, I'm not involved in that type of activity, kicking in doors and baby mama drama. Like everybody knows, like I'm not. That's not really my. You know what I'm saying? Like that's I'm not a person that just want to fight. So some people
Uh-huh.
are not used to something, but if they always looking for a fight, then you know what I'm saying, it'll work out because y'all both on the same level in a way. I'm
Right.
People felt bad for me and they were like, V, he has no matter what's going on over there, he the one that has to keep that clean. He has the responsibility to not get you involved in this kind of shit. And
Right.
if he can't keep his life more organized, then you shouldn't be with him because she gonna
That's what
always
I'm
be a
talking
problem as
about.
long as he allow her to be a problem. Like that's what men's advice was. Because a lot of men got baby mamas and they were like, if he allows her to be a problem, she's going to be a problem. So
Girl, when I
yeah,
even hear baby mama, I go to looking crazy because I want to know, like, I want to know all about it. Okay, baby mama, because now I'm older, right? So I expect somebody to have kids, duh. But I'm like, okay, baby mama, if it's a child that's young or whatever, you paying child support, and what's the relation like? And all of this because I don't want. Oh my! Back in the day, I wouldn't date nobody with no children. I didn't start dating somebody with a child until I had one, and you can only have one. And then,
but I've
um,
seen a lot of men say that they won't date women with children and they have children. So I don't know if that's fair.
yeah, I mean, listen, hey, I was young. I was in my early to mid 20s, and I don't like all that ghetto-ness. I don't want to be arguing. I don't want nobody starting no shit with me and keeping the child from him and all that because he dating somebody.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that ghetto ass shit. And I'm gonna
And
tell you,
one of my concerns would always be like if it worked out, and see, and that's why me and Keller we real good because neither one of us have children. But he has
mm,
dated women with children, and I feel like my concern would be here you are, you want to be good to their children, right? You want to be good to them, take care of them, nurture them, love them. And I just can't imagine, especially if you're dealing with somebody whose mother is kind of problematic, calling you on the phone. Did you do this to my child? Did you say this to my child? I can't.
yeah,
How do you even know how to even really be in a person's life if you know what I'm saying? Like how can you be a motherly figure? Obviously they have a mother, but you know what I'm saying? Like how can you know what to do and how to do if you're already dealing with somebody who is adverse in the situation, like just entering it with with problems. I don't know. And I even think like
Mm-hmm.
even with men who I don't want that man around my child. Remember how they did um uh what's the name? That has a baby with Future, uh Sierra. Remember how they did
Yeah.
Sierra when she first started dating Russell Wilson, and like her son would, they be in pictures like on the football field and stuff like that, and they would say she was so disrespectful and this. Are you serious? Are you serious? He got all them kids. I doubt he's spending even half that time with his child. And I also don't even think he wants to. Like, it amazes me that there's so many men that have so many requests of who can be around their child and this and they're not even around their child. What are you talking about?
Right.
This is crazy town. This is crazy town.
Right. That's some get. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. When you deal with a ghetto hood man, you run the possibility to be in some other woman shit. Some other. I don't like all of that. That's not me.
Mm,
That's not I roll. And let me tell you something. That damn Cole. So Cole and I broke up. I mean, we had broke up for like I don't know, maybe like 6, 7 months. So he started dating this girl, and was a ghetto booger. Okay, she was a ghetto booger from the beat. So I didn't know he had started dating her. I didn't even know her. I didn't know her. But we have a little friend group. He and I have a friend group. I have, some girls in that friend group. We have some guys in that friend group. Some of them dated, some of them even married. Okay, so we have still got a large friend group there, right? So one day we was at the club. We in a circle. I wasn't nowhere near Cole. I was across from him. So she walked by, and it was summertime, and she had on boots. Should have known something then. She walked by, and she looked at him, and he tried to grab at her, and she snatched back, you know, and he just turned around to the circle and kept on, because Cole very mean. I mean, he just how he is. So the club was over and we going to the parking lot. Now I'm trying to, run my mouth with this other dude that was trying to holler at me or whatever, right? I'm just, talking. My car's on the other side, and I'm talking to them to their car. I hear something go pow pow. She had a gun in the boot. Cole saw me talking to this dude. He swung around the car. He talking about Ann. Get in the car. She got a gun. Her name is Ann, and my name, they call me Ann too. I'm like, what? Girl, I'm like, stuff like that. And they that girl was in the business or whatever, and he had a real good situation going on, and in a real established, job and whatever. They raided her house. He on the front page.
Oh
Like,
my God.
this was crazy. And she wasn't the little girl wasn't the best looking girl. She had a nice little shape on her. And his mama came, I had already met his mama, and his mama came, and he had met her because he had gotten her pregnant. I can't tell y'all the name of the baby because y'all gonna Google. Y'all gonna look up on
But it's a
Facebook.
mess.
I tell you the name, if I tell you that girl named her child after somebody in the movie, if I told y'all what it was, y'all would die. I'm like, are you fucking serious? This is some ghetto ass shit. Okay? Ghetto ass shit. So, girl, and I wanted that. And no, it was last time I looked, she was on Facebook with that same name. I was like, hell to the no. That's how I found her. So, his mama come, and his mama's met her, and older people are rude, and they told me, she said, Cole, oh, I know you can do better than this. Matter of fact, I know you have done better than this, right? The man, his mom was okay. Like, man, I was like, and then this dude named Upshaw, one of the friends, he said, Cole, he said, it ain't the beauty, it's the booty, huh? Talking about me and the girl. It was crazy. That girl was ghetto as hell, and every time, even after they had broken up, he had moved back to, where he's from, that girl, every time she see me, she just sit there and stare. I can be at a club dancing or whatever. She just sit there and stare. I can be if I walk into a fast food joint and she in there, she just looking. I'm like, this bitch is insane. I'm like, what is wrong with her? I'm like,
That's
Yvette,
also
that
another reason I don't like little small towns. I don't like running into people.
girl, this big town, but god damn, like I'm telling you, she will, we don't have too much in the way of nightlife like that. So it's only certain clubs, so we don't run into each other, right? Girl, that girl you sit there and stare at me like I'm like, what is wrong with her? And other people like they stare at me, they wouldn't be staring at me. I'm like, these bitches are crazy. I don't like all of that. Stop doing that. What's wrong? You made me think something wrong. God, you make me uncomfortable. Like I have, do I have to beat your ass in here? Like what is going on? When I went
Well,
out with my best friend Kim, that had happened. Go ahead.
I asked my that boyfriend like what's you saying, like would she try to fight me? I was like, because I will call the police on her. Like I absolutely fucking will. He was like, no, she wouldn't do that. But if you see her out and she with her friends, I can't really promise you that she wouldn't. But
Uh-uh.
yeah, that's what he told me. And then because I was like, what's wrong with her? Like I understand that y'all only recently separated. I was like, she kicking your door down. I was like driving
Uh-uh.
by your house looking for to see if my car is. I was like I don't understand. And then trying to say that y'all are engaged, like I understand. Now, mind you, and
How
I'm
did
not.
she know you though? How did she know you? She
She didn't know
knew
me.
about.
It was just a car that was parked out front. It had nothing to
Oh,
do
and
with
that's when
me.
she stopped you. Oh, and
It
she
had nothing to
stopped
do
you
with
in
me.
the car.
So and I'm not excusing him because, like I say, he got a lot of fault
Yeah.
in this. Whether it was leading her on, not making sure he was fully separate, whatever it is, he have a lot of fault in this. But I was just like, yeah, I was like, kicking in your door, coming in here, telling people you engaged with no ring, and because y'all got a baby together, and she got all these other kids. I was like, what is this? I was like, I don't even understand. She don't even have no pride. And I was like, where's her mama? He was like, well, her mama's dead. I was like, well, then that might have a lot to do with it. Now I could kind of see you having 4 children, and he's the only one that's in there. I could see that happening if you don't have no mama. I mean, because I would figure that after baby number 2, you wouldn't do this again.
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think any woman wants to have children who don't have
Hey, Derry. Mm-hmm.
active fathers. I don't, and so I just think that if you I can't see it happening 3 times. I
Yeah.
just can't see it. I just feel, but when he said she didn't have a mom, I was like, well, that might be more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Might have
You
like,
ain't
and
had to
and
say something
he
right there.
wasn't ghetto, and I don't even know if she was ghetto. Well, I guess maybe I'm not being strict enough on what I consider ghetto. I'm just saying like neither
Yeah.
one of them really presented in that way, but the situation definitely was a hot ghetto mess. And I remember telling my
Yeah.
friend about it
Yeah.
because I felt bad, and I was also kind of like really ashamed that I was in this type of a situation. And I was, yeah, I really was. I was ashamed. Like how you, like you knew he told
Mm-hmm.
me she had four, like and I was just and I liked him. I actually cared about him, and
Mm-hmm.
had you know what I'm saying,
Gotta
like
be
thought it through
careful
in
with
my
that.
head, like yes, he already has kids by 2 women, but he's a good father. Like I had, you know what I'm saying, I had already made accommodations for this. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
expecting this. Now I wasn't expecting this because he had what appeared to be a nice civil life. But yeah, I was telling my friend, I was like, and I'm so embarrassed, and I was like, and can you believe that she got like 4 baby daddies? And I was doing an Audra, and my friend was like, girl, I know. Look, my friend was like, girl, I know. I understand why you're embarrassed. Because
Yeah.
all of my friends are kind of the same. They also don't like
Yeah.
this sort of, you know what I'm saying? This sort of catastrophe. It's not normal for us. We even if
Yeah.
it can happen to us, we still are looking down and trying to figure out how in the hell we get in these circumstances. It's
Yeah.
not an everyday
Exactly. Like, what
occurrence.
the hell?
I don't have friends that fight people, baby mamas and stuff like. I don't have that. So I didn't know,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody. I'm saying I was unprepared. I did not have the skills. I was not accustomed to this life. Even that
Mm-hmm.
terrible boyfriend I had, he had kids by 2 women, but he lied to me when he met me and told me he didn't have no kids. Then he went to having one kid. They went to having two kids. Yeah, I was, yeah, I was young and in a real bad situation. But his baby mamas didn't give me no problems because, well, one, he would fly his kids in and I would be taking care of them. He wouldn't be taking care of them. One time I was sick and I was like, oh my God, you need to just come get your kids. I don't even feel well. I would feed them. I would clean. One, listen, his son's
No.
child mom called me one time and asked where his son's father was. And I was like, oh, he's out of town. He had court. And she was like, he's not there. I said, no, he's not. And she was like, he's supposed to be taking him school shopping. I was like, well, I'm going to take him. And she was like,
Mm-mm.
okay. And I think her son always. I mean, I can't confirm this, but he later told me, like after we broke up and the son had got much older, that his son always said that I was his favorite. So, like I
Oh,
guess of all the women he had dated. So I think that even though the kid was spending more time with me, he wasn't saying nothing bad to his mom, and his mom never gave me a problem. Now the daughter's mom, she was a hot mess too. She was kind of ghetto. And I think he was going.
mm.
Oh, and I think her kids didn't have no father. Come to think of it, except for this one, and he wasn't the greatest father either. So, yeah. How long? I don't. Ooh. And that was
But you
another
know what?
story.
Yeah, you know now that you actually
I met him. I was
mama
18 years
told her
old when I
what
met him.
name?
That's my excuse. I met him when I was 18. That is my excuse, and I
How long
learned
you
a
stayed
lot
with
since.
him?
Huh?
How long you stayed with him?
I was with him for 5 years,
Oh my God.
but I met him when I was 18, and he was more from the street. And I think I thought I liked that. Like he was the complete opposite of me. But I didn't have the life skills. He was
Don't do
manipulating
it. Let me
me.
tell you, not the streets. Don't do the streets no more. I'm telling
Oh
you.
no, I would never. I would never. Girl, let me tell
Okay,
you. After
leave them
that,
streets alone.
mm-mm,
Leave them streets alone.
mm-mm. Oh
Leave
no, after
them
that,
hood
are
boys
you crazy?
alone.
I've never went back to anything like that. No, mm-mm. This other ghetto situation snuck up on me because, like I said, it didn't present in that sort of a package. Now that one ex,
Uh-uh.
that first ex out of high school, he presented in that package, so it was much different. But yeah, but this other one, like I said, he looked like he had a nice civil life, and then some ghetto drama just
You know some
unfolded,
shit.
and I was so
Yeah.
embarrassed. And I was no
No.
longer young, so I couldn't really, I wasn't 19 anymore. I didn't have no excuses. Like I was so ashamed, and my friend was like, "Yeah, girl, I understand why you're ashamed." She wasn't judging me. She felt sad for me, but she also knew that she would be. And I told her, I said, I feel so much. I told her, I was like, I feel bad because I'm passing so much judgment on this other woman. And she was like, I'd be judging her too.
Yeah. Yeah. And but let me tell you something. Like it is a direct correlation. That's them street people. They have come with a whole bunch of baggage, a whole bunch of bullshit. You
Yeah,
gonna be set up with some ghetto
absolutely,
shit, and
absolutely.
and everybody's it's a hot mess. Stay away from that. I'm trying to tell you, I'm checking zip codes. What's your zip code? Oh, I know it. I know where the zip codes are in my area. No, no, no. Bye. No, I can't. I can't. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Girl, that Walker husband. Oh my God. So he had two children, two baby mamas, of course, baby mamas. So one, the son, that baby mama was like 4 or 5 years older than he was, right? She worked at the light company, and her son liked me, right? We were good. The but the mama did for whatever reason. I ain't done shit to that lady. I didn't even know. And then the daughter didn't really like me, but the mama, she didn't give a damn. You understand what I'm saying? She didn't really give a shit. So um the little girl, she only wanna come around and wanna when you gonna spend a bunch of money on her. And so that's when she gets nice. She be nice. So one day she called, and this little girl couldn't be old. She couldn't be no more than 4 or 5 years old. She called, and he was outside, and he was just right outside. So I wasn't gonna get up and go, go get him. So I did the ghetto thing, right? I called his name, and she on the phone telling her mom to my, Oh, her mouth louder than Methuselah. Ain't that something? What you think about Methuselah?
She got an old spirit.
Girl, I was over it. And his mother and, his sisters and them, they knew how that little girl was, whatever. But his mom, the little boy and mama, that woman couldn't stand me. So let me tell you something straight off. I'm I'm me being myself now, on here and off here. Before y'all, I'm sorry I wasn't being myself. I'm really being myself now. So you get what you get. So when we got together, whatever, and got married, moved into the whole thing, I said, listen here, now your baby mama, they can't call my house. I'm telling you that now.
Well, how is
You
that
know,
gonna work? They have kids.
I think, listen, figure it out. They're
Figure
gonna
it
have to call
out.
your mom. Yeah, they're gonna have to call your mom. Let me
Not
tell you,
Angie.
them bitches ain't nothing but trouble. Let me
They
tell
might they
you.
might have been, but they have kids together,
that
so they have
that
reason
the
to
oldest
communicate.
one, she still wanted to get back in the saddle. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened. That bitch, she has been we the apartment we used to live in, right? You know, when you're in those apartments, you know how they show you the apartments. The lights are on because the lights are on in the apartment name. Okay, if your lights are off, or you move out, the lights automatically goes back in the apartments name, right? So we in the apartments. I'm in the first year of school, so I'm in 1L, so I'm in the first year of law school. So in the apartments, and his baby mom work at the light company. So for about 3 or 4 months, I never did get a light bill. The light bills down here is high, and I run my air conditioner around the clock. I never did get a light bill. I'm going to do the black thing and not inquire because the lights are still on. I'm not going to inquire. Oh, it's so the office had called me, and she was like, "Hey, your lights have been turned on in our name for the past 3 or 4 months, and you owe us like it was some high bill or whatever." And so I was like, what? So of course I'm then got down to the bottom of it to see what happened. And when they gave the initials of the person that did it, it was her initials. She cut my lights off. Girl, she cut my lights off. And I knew that. See, them baby mama's gonna be trouble. So
Not cut the
yeah,
lights off.
she cut my goddamn lights off. And so let me tell you. So I told you, I had that band. Don't call my goddamn house. So her son had gotten in trouble. He ended up to the juvenile place. His mother had called him because I told you, don't call my house. His mother called him and told him what was going on. When your men and your friends or whatever know you're in law school, they automatically think that you know the law and all
Mm,
that, the whole full scam. That's what they
yeah.
think. Black folk, ghetto people, halfway ghetto people. So he's at the juvenile. So he wants me to go with him down there to the juvenile place. So girl, I walked in there with him. She turned around and looked at me and turned her head and ain't said shit. Like, she was giving me a look like, why you bring this bitch? I'm like, I know she ain't looking at me like that. I'm coming because I'm his wife. That's what I'm saying in my head. Like, I'm like, oh Lord, I don't want to deal with no shit like this. And girl, so when that happened, um the mama had gave her our phone number. She got happy with it. So she gonna call there one day, and I gave him the phone, I didn't start no shit then. And she on the phone talking to him, and I can hear her. She making small talking about everything other than the damn child, right? Because like I said, after the shit happened, the mother had gave her the number. The mother really didn't know I was banning her. Don't the mother they can't come my house. And girl, and then the second time she called, and I noticed she didn't really want no mother. Look out, look out, look out. I mean, there's a reason why I said that y'all can't call my house, and this is the reason. Don't call my house no more.
See,
Okay,
and
go
I
to
don't know
his
how
mom.
some people luck up and be in these beautiful like co-parenting relationships, and that's the way it
Right,
should be. I don't know how some people just. I don't know. I don't know if
right.
it. I don't know. I don't know if it's both of them, one of them. Because I always said about that one boyfriend that he could never move on unless she moved on first. Like because she wasn't going to let go of him,
Mm-mm.
and I understood that. Like I get because if you're doing all of that, you're not willing to let go. You don't you not obviously you talking about he need to tell me I'm engaged. Well, you probably should let him know he engaged because there's a reason why my car was parked out front. Like you see what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
and then
that.
another thing that scares me is a lot of men who have babies with women think that because they have a baby, they can always have a sexual relationship whenever they want to pick one back up. Um,
Right.
I can't confirm that that's true, but I highly suspect it, and I've heard some say as much. But again,
Mm-hmm.
like these other responsible black men told me, that's on him to make that
Yeah.
situation organized and clean. So yeah, if I guess if he's always falling back in bed with her, then yeah, it's always gonna be messy. But yeah, I've heard that as well.
Right. Right. I mean, it. That and that goes back to the type of dude you deal with. Like, do your type of dude, do your type mess with ghetto girls? That's what you have to verify. What? That crickety thing was real bad today. You hear it?
Really? I
Yeah.
just heard it just then, but um,
I don't know why
is
did
it
it
better
do
now?
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I
I
don't
was
hear
charging
nothing.
my
Let's go.
phone. It might have got hot. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. I don't hear
Well,
nothing now.
typically, no. The kind of guys I like don't have that kind of stuff going on. But like I said, I was in a situation where I was older and I was ashamed because it snuck up on me, and it snuck up on me, and at this time, I'm a full grown woman. Try to live a certain way, and it didn't involve this kind of stuff. And then surprise,
Exactly, exactly. And it's so crazy, and I'm glad somebody else speaking out about that because when I speak out about status and about certain type of people, people think, oh, you think no, this is a normal way of living. This shit in
it's
here,
probably because you call it
this shit down.
status. That's probably why I didn't describe
Well,
his
no,
status because
well,
I don't think he had any status. He had a nice, responsible life. He made good money. Just he had a
well, he
nice
may
life.
not. He may everyone that does has it just depends, right? But you'll know if a person has status now. You wouldn't, it wouldn't be a question. But you have that, and then but I mean, even if I'm not talking about that, I'm just talking about just regular stuff like not playing with people in the hood and all that type of stuff. They take offense to that. And they say you think you're all that and
They
I
don't
bust out
like
with a
you.
white man like what the
They,
fuck, huh?
they don't like you. I've actually
I
dated white men. You've never
know,
dated a white man. I've actually dated
I
y'all, but
know.
hey, but this is not your opportunity to say, "Oh, to come pick on me now." Hold on, yeah, yeah, I have dated white men, and I didn't like being in a ghetto soap opera. But pick on Angie, don't pick on me. I'm
I
honest
can
that
take it.
I'm honest that I wasn't prepared. I don't even I listen. Just snug up on me.
Listen, listen. I mean, no, I'm just saying it's a normal way of life. Not wanting to be in the ghetto, not wanting to deal with no ghetto people, not getting, colors in your hair and all this extra shit. Like, it's just not, no, no,
Well,
It's
you
not
know
like
that with that
I
first
think
boyfriend, I would say his name, but fuck him. His family when they first met me, they didn't um they didn't even like me. They said they thought I was stuck up, and I was real
oh
young at that time.
no.
So yeah, I was real young. Like he had one, two. He had a bunch of sisters, and yeah, they said that they thought I was real, real stuck up.
Yeah, I get
Um,
that at first.
and I think that they
They
only
meet you,
warmed up to
till
me
they
because
meet you.
I stayed with him. I stayed with him for so long. Um,
Um,
but yeah, that's what they. I mean, I'm young. Like y'all, much older than me. Like I don't know. Yeah.
where is he now?
Who knows?
Oh,
But
you
if
don't
they
know if
said
he's still in the
he
same
did
town.
something, he did that shit wherever he at. That's what he did. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean, interesting enough. So his father always loved me. His father was different than his mom. His father was like the responsible person in his life, which is why he didn't want to stay with his father. But his father like really liked me, and even after we broke up, one time he went to jail, and I was calling to let his father know, and he had called me and told me to to let his daddy know that he was gonna have some woman call him. And his daddy was like, no, I can pass messages through you. I have no, like his daddy was like, no, whoever else he know, I don't want calling my phone.
All right.
And we were long broken up at this time. Yeah, I don't know where
Oh
he is,
wow.
but he would try to like it- you know, we were together for a long time, and after that, even after I moved on in my life, and we didn't even live in the same place, and I went back to school, and I was just minding my business. We would meet up sometime and get like a meal or something like that. I just remember my mom hating it because she thought that that meant we were going to get back together, and I was like, no, like we really for real done. We just went to have crawfish, like you can literally relax, and anyway, he would just always try to run some story on me about like how he was living different, being more responsible. He had this going on that was legal and that going on that was legal. But I had been with him for so long, and finally finally had the wits about myself that like I knew he was full of shit and like always lying and running scams and stuff like that, that whether it was true or not, I was never going to believe it because I just I don't know. I was no longer like I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I was no longer in the clouds anymore. I was no longer naive. Like I know that you're a liar and a manipulator. And so even if you are telling me the truth, most likely I don't believe you because I know you are a liar and a manipulator. So, yeah. But that's
That's
growth though. You know what I'm saying? That's growth
yeah.
and not to say I would do it again, but I definitely think I learned things from that relationship that I might not have otherwise learned, or might have taken me a lot longer to learn, like how to kind of really, really look out for myself, really defend myself, not try to put myself in certain situations because there's nothing good on the other side of it. Like no, you
Not,
protect yourself first and foremost all the time, and stay away from
yeah.
people who will get you in crazy looking situations.
Exactly. That's why I rely so heavily on the person that I'm with, like my friends, like my regular friends, or who I'm jumping up and down on. I rely heavily on them to have good sense and to pick people that I would want to hang around, and pick good people to hang around. Don't be in shit. Don't be having kids with these bulls and all of that. I hope that have to have girls that's all in the same type of category, right? Don't be all over the place with it. I don't like that. Like,
Well,
girl,
the
I can't
interesting
stand
thing about him is that girls loved him. Like young girls loved him. Like he was so flashy and he was charming and he lied a lot too. So there's that. And he always had like I don't know, like car with the big 24-inch spinning rims and shit. It was a real ghetto situation. Let me tell you, it was a hot mess. Okay, and yeah, he was just very just flashy. He could like come in and like I could be getting my hair done and he'll just come in and he'll go in a pocket and pull out like a big of water money for no reason. He did that to me one time with my family and I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed. We just down at the local Red Lobster. Why is you doing all of this? What is wrong with you?
it.
Like, and I was
Mm-mm.
just so embarrassed because they already knew. I already knew what they thought of him. Like, and you're really just not helping at all. Like, they accept you and allow you to be around because they want to see me. Like, it was just really a hot mess. And it's weird because after I moved out of that situation, I still had a friend that liked to date those kind of guys. And I would be just telling her, like, yo, you have a kid. Like, why? Like, there's nothing in that for you. Like, you need, like, you deserve somebody that's professional and nice and clean. And like, even now, when I think back about him, even like I said, we would get together and maybe go get crawfish. Like, I
Uh,
remember one time I was with a friend and I was like, well, you gonna meet my ex. I was like, he a whole he I was like, he a whole he's real ghetto fabulous. And I told her that and she didn't believe
mm,
me. And when we went to meet him, he hops out of this, he had a turquoise Maserati and he had on a turquoise outfit. And I was like, look at this asshole.
mm.
And but I had moved on so much past him. Like, now that I think I see him as like a clown, like all of that flashiness, and like I don't see that as any sort of sign of having money or having any sort of value. And I can't understand the appeal of somebody who likes that, even though I was in that situation when I was young, and it just disgusts me to even think about it. Like, I was literally running around with a whole freak show clown, like all of that extra flashy shit. That's not. Mm-mm. 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 He was ghetto fab. He just was always just trying to just have attention, and it worked for him. The women loved him. Well, young hoes, not like, you know, not like the person that I am now, or like the women that I would spend my time with. Not they did. I don't know if they would have liked him when he was younger. I have no idea, but I do know that. Mm-mm. Past 25, I was just really disgusted with him. I just thought, like, you are just a freak show, sir. Like, mm, if all your money is in your pocket, then everything here is wrong. Everything is wrong. Are you sleeping?
Huh?
Are you sleeping?
Girl, I done dropped off so many times. There go that crickety sound again. Wonder
Well, I'm
what
gonna
is
let you
it?
go then, so my crickety sound don't bother you, because I really don't know what it
No,
is. You're falling asleep.
no. Well, yeah, I always fall asleep. That's
Well,
the
I don't want to
thing.
listen to you sleep.
Well, I was quiet. You didn't even
There's
hear it.
nobody in the chat for me to talk to, so I'll be talking to my goddamn self.
I
Lavelle left.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
and but something I want to tell you about the damn ghetto. Just stay away from them people.
Oh, I mean, listen. Like I say, I even when my I was telling my best friend, I was like, I can't believe you let me run around with him. She was like, let you. She was like,
Uh,
you were in love, like I because I literally. I just think, I don't know. He was just such a clown. Like I'm saying, all the flashiness, the excessiveness, he's just a clown. I could never see myself being attracted to somebody like that at all in modern day times. Like, I
right.
don't
How
even
long were you?
huh? I told you I was
How long were
18 when I
you?
met him.
Okay, not the crazy one. I'm talking about the one with the two baby mamas.
Oh, I was in my 30s when I met him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm. Yeah,
uh,
like I said, I was no longer young, so I couldn't use that as an excuse. I think
yeah.
I just wasn't expecting I just wasn't expecting that to happen. And I had no clues it was going to happen until it started happening. And
Uh,
I mean, I guess I could say that she was a clue, but you know, ultimately it's not my job to judge her. I was dealing with him, and like I said, he was a good father. He was an active father. So I thought things would be okay. I thought that he was a responsible adult. I didn't know he would allow his life to get so messy, but but like somebody else told me, V, he probably wasn't done with her when he met you, but he still liked you and he still wanted to be with you. So, but that's dishonest, right? That's not, because I wasn't with
uh,
anybody. So, yeah.
that. I don't like that
But see, but
because
but that taught me. something, and I think I heard someone else say this, that whenever you meet a man and you ask him if he's single, you might also have to clarify that is there anybody else out there who doesn't know you're single? Because
Right,
that might really be the problem.
right, right. That's crazy. It's funny now, because I never really attracted older guys, older than I usually attract younger guys, and that's who I date. And it's funny now attracting these old guys. It's like we are talking two different languages. Like
I
they
like
are
older
talking
men.
older
Now I
man.
gotta say I ain't never had no drama with an older man. I've never had that.
Yeah,
I've
you
never
know,
had
I don't
no.
think we have drama with older men, but it's like but we're talking two different languages because my mind is still 20 something. You know, I'm talking like them. I'm listening to their music and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
that's true. And you
They
over there
want to
watching
watch
Zeus. That's true.
talking
But see, that's why I told you you need to
funeral
stop watching
music.
baddies and stuff like that. I told you it's contagious. You out there, you talking to a 50-year-old man and you sounding like you 24 and shit, smacking,
Yeah,
snatching the air. I told you it's contagious.
it is, girl. I'll
I've
be like,
never
oh
had
my
look, Angie.
soul.
I've never had that problem. Even when I was with a ghetto guy, I never had the problem because I just it wasn't in me and I wasn't picking it up.
Girl, yeah, well, yeah, it's not in you. It's not naturally in you, right? It's not naturally. So it's something that you got to adapt to or force upon yourself, right? Like some of the sayings. I like some of the sayings they use, but there's never going to be a time I'm gonna go somewhere and act like they, like act like how they act. Like I'm never doing that now. Now, if you get me mad, right? We're gonna fight probably, but other than that, I'm not just acting out how they be acting out because it be way too much. People snatching off wigs and shit like that. It's just crazy. I don't have time for that. Like that is that they go to the extreme. But
I
I
can't
just
even
I love
imagine getting into a fist fight, like defending myself if somebody did something to me. I could, but I can't imagine being in a fist fight. Like where would I be, or who would like how would it happen? Like I can't imagine. I mean, I guess when that girl kicked in the door, I guess that could have led to a fist fight, but I just don't.
yeah.
But it didn't
And when a
because
white person call you nigga or black bitch,
I've
yeah,
also
you
never
try to
had
beat
that
the
happen
shit
to
out
me.
of them.
I always assume when people say that happened to them that they be like in some outback dusty town because I just feel like I'm not saying that no one's ever thought it. I've just never ran into a white person that has talked to me like that, but I know a lot of people in Houston who said that they have, which was crazy to me.
Yeah, yeah. They when they call you nigga and act crazy and show out in the grocery store or Walmart, whatever. Then you got to beat their ass now and chase
Well,
them down.
my high school friend has a philosophy that white people treat me differently, so maybe that's why. And I'm not trying to say I'm special because white people are nice to me. That is not what I'm saying. I actually uh don't necessarily agree, but her philosophy is that they treat me differently, and so that the microaggressions that she encounters, I don't. So I don't know. I don't know.
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, it's a bit much. So I just don't ever want to do that again. We not evenly yoked, and I can't meet them, and they can't come up and meet me. We're not even talking. We're not even on the same page. It's just no. I don't want to ever do that again in life. Okay, I can't. And I'm actively looking for a white man. Not
Oh
actively.
God, what do you? I mean,
Yes.
the white men I've dated have not brought me any drama, but I don't know that I don't know necessarily that white women are exempt from the drama. I think it might just still be the same thing where it boils down to the type of person and what they got going on. Like I think they probably do have baby mama drama.
Who?
White people.
Oh, you think so?
I mean, so I would only date a certain type of white person. And so I think because of that, I probably wouldn't experience the baby mama drama. So I don't have no firsthand. I don't have no firsthand knowledge that they do, but I think that the other ones that are also kind of, maybe a little trailer parky or ghetto or whatever, I think they probably had the same amount of drama. So I don't even think that it's really race. I think it really is just the type of person.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. The white guy I dated treated me really, really well, and it was right after that one first bad relationship. So it really helped
Yeah,
me.
that's what I'm talking
It
about.
really put me in a different headspace about what my expectations need to be in life. So I can't speak to it, but I ain't finna just assume that they just all got their shit together and they ain't none of them are messy. I'm not finna.
Right,
Because it's
right.
some real tacky. It's some real tacky whites in the world. Okay, you know people that like to talk down on other black people try to act like the whites are always just so clean and sophisticated, but not all of them. Not all of them. No. And I'm not going to give them that credit that it's so many of us running around a mess and that they're just also polished and clean. I mean, look at Marjorie Taylor Greene in Congress. She's ghetto. She real ghetto. So, hmm. Look at Elon Musk with all those baby mamas. His baby mamas having to get at him on Twitter and stuff. So uh to get in contact with him, he not even answering the phone. So, hello? Angie. Angie. All right. I'm done. You're asleep. Good night.
Wait, what? Wait a minute. Why am I asleep and looking crazy? Oh, she gone. She done gone, y'all. I'm sorry. I was out. I am so sorry. Yeah, let me get off here. Let me go get in this shower and go to sleep, y'all. I am so sorry. I was gone. I don't think I was snoring though. Mm, oh well. I mean, child, where are we going? So, gave my opinions, what I heard. Commentary is meant to be comment on. I understand that um, people don't like me, and I don't like you either. So, I mean, it's mutual, and we don't supposed to like each other. We're different, okay? But that doesn't mean that you can't be civilized, right? You know, they talk about my commentary all the time, or what I've said or done on here all the time. I'm not talking about particular them, I'm just talking about people have, right? People said things about me I had yet to respond. I picked May to respond. I'll let y'all know in June, right? So, anywho, so it's just nothing to get your panties all in a bunch, honey. It'll be all right. So, let me get him so I say something crazy. So I've been telling you that Elon Musk and his bums are kind of ghetto. Yeah, with them damn names. Oh man, Elon. Oh, trying to come here and tore America up. And that little boy that act like he can't get no damn babysitter for the red Trump. But anyway, so make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to Cookie's content for more. And check this out, honey. I thank y'all for coming on through. Make sure you do something good for yourself and someone else. May today a good day, tomorrow even better day. Happy whatever today is, Memorial Day, and we are out of here. Cause I'm sleepy. I gotta go get in the bath. Cause I don't want to sink down. You gotta take a shower. Cause I don't want to sink down in the tub like it did Whitney Houston and found her. Never could understand what happened to her. Child. Yeah. They have to reach him on Twitter. Oh, you mean to oh. Um, so, um, so much I'm going to tell y'all. Yeah. Oh, yeah, y'all be safe. And, I shall holler. Bye.